I don't give a fuck. If it plays, it plays.
Yeah. I think the frame rate looks fine. Because, like, when I started the stream before, it was turning both you and John into, like, a slideshow.
Okay. Well, I'm looking at it right now.
Does it look fine? Does it sound
Looks
okay?
okay. Well, I haven't turned on the sound. I'm still on mute because it fucking explodes loud.
Does it look like it sounds good?
Probably.
Does the sound look good?
I mean, the frame rate looks fine. I'm on auto. Let me look at source for a second.
Good.
You know okay.
What? You've been yelling at me. I'm gonna yell. Like yell.
John, shut the fuck up.
Yell.
I'm gonna yell at you. We're gonna yell at one another. Oh, woo, 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 woo.
We are streaming live. Domestic violence has no place on this podcast. And I'm screaming so...
Let me just adjust this little bugger.
And for audio listeners that are hearing this after the show, John's losing the fight.
It's also an imaginary fight.
Yeah, I know. All right, let me turn on the sound a little bit.
Yeah.
Matt, can you talk a little bit?
Hey, it's your boy, Matt. My name is Matt, and I like to say I'm here to rap in a wholesome way.
Yelling.
It sounds like we're about equal in volume. I don't know about John yet.
Okay. We'll double check, but John and I should already be balanced out from like all the other times.
I mean, it's close. John, you wanna listen? I was doing some listening, but you have better headphones, and I just want to make sure we're
TJ said it sounds good, and if you think it's not good, you're wrong, and he hates you.
Okay, first off, Matt, you sound way louder than TJ in my ears right now.
Yeah, I boosted TJ to like 140, well, I don't know, 150% or something.
You could do that in Discord too. Right click me and
you're right, I could.
Boosting to 150.
Yeah, let's see, what do I have him at?
I think I got you guys boosted to 200.
I have TJ at 140, yeah.
Wait, how do I do that then? Let me go to Discord.
Right click the pictures.
Yeah, I get it.
All right, so the right click, it's this one, John.
All right, TJ, can you talk again?
Yeah, I'm speaking and I'm reading the back.
You're still way quieter than Matt.
1B2 B0.
Just quiet.
Fuck you.
All right. Hey, I gotta listen to levels. So
know,
this is John talking, and then Matt, and then TJ.
Oh, hey, my name's Matt, and I like the podcast.
Hey, this is TJ, and my lighting source is just a lamp.
All right, let me listen again, and then go back to Matt, and then TJ.
Oh, hey, how's it going?
Matt, you need to give me your username for that so we can play together.
Okay. Matt, are you playing?
What?
He's playing
on your
Mario
Switch?
World.
What?
Switch.
On my what? I don't know.
Not much, Judy Cass.
What the fuck is my
in the
Switch?
chat?
Judy Cass.
We're about to start recording a podcast.
Who's also
Matt,
in our Discord.
Yeah.
Matt, get rid of the motherfucking... My God, my beard is insane. Also, I'm so blown out on my...
Yeah, your exposure's fucking weird today. I don't know what's up with that.
Is that better? Well,
I'm only balanced because of...
I don't know how to adjust... Oh, now it does look better now. The camera was...
It fixes with a lamp.
Yeah.
That's what I did. I don't know.
Well, I'm not going to update it because I don't really care that much.
John, you're going to need like a soft fill light.
I have a soft light. I'm very yellow. I'm very like... I'm warm. It's a warm space.
Yeah.
And it's literally hot in this fucking room after we get going because I get heated.
You do.
All right, we ready?
Oh, no. Adobe changed their startup screens and they look fucking terrible.
Wait, this is $3.97, right?
I
hope
know.
so.
Probably. Yeah. Yeah.
Thanks for the sub.
Thanks for the sub.
Yeah, thanks for the sub. as is
Matt.
stated in the and the lower bar subs get Spanky Snap, so you're gonna have to hound him on Discord for that.
Yeah, talk to Spanky, works on Discord. He'll send you a Snapchat. His OnlyFans account. All right, let's get started. Oh. Yikes. Yeah, I'd also say yikes. All right, are we ready?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do this.
Welcome to Born in the 80s, episode 397. I am your host, as always, joined by my co-host,
Matt, Elite Gamer Hag.
TJ, just sitting here, May. Our host didn't say his name, and we're missing another co-host for some reason.
But I got the number of the episode.
Yeah. For once.
John_Danger. This is my name. God damn it. All right, let's restart.
John just assumes everybody knows his name.
All right, let's... TJ, why don't you...
knows
TJ,
your name.
TJ, you're hosting this week, so start us off.
What's the episode number?
397.
Jesus Christ. This is already off the rails.
Welcome to Born in the 80s, episode 397. I am your host, TJ.
I don't know what happened, but you suddenly sounded like you were inside of several blankets.
I am inside several blankets. I don't know what you're talking
really
about.
Quiet, TJ, I'd say.
Fuck, I'll put this...
Yeah, it really got muted.
I got it. I'm gonna clip this fucking thing on my lip.
Well, that sounds
No, I think
really
it's the
bad.
software. I think... I don't know, did a setting change?
I don't know.
Oh, you sound terrible now.
God damn it.
TJ,
right.
why'd you have to fuck up everything?
I don't know. It's what I do.
He really sounds like he's coming out of a... You sound like you're in like a room full of mattresses.
Yeah.
And then the microphone is behind like...
It sounds like
paper.
the noise suppression got cranked up to like 11 million.
I turned it off.
Wow, you sound really bad now.
I turned this fucking thing off. Here.
I would try unplugging and plugging back in your microphone.
Okay.
I wonder if Discord's just being really shitty now.
It very well could be, but...
I wouldn't put it past it.
Maybe there was like a server-side update or something.
All right, we got to get levels again before we restart because...
Testing. Am I any better?
Keep talking.
No. Let me just... I gotta
like
turn
this.
off the...
Oh, fuck.
Sounds better, yeah.
Now my
Let me
fucking
just
lip
listen.
hurts.
All right, everyone quiet. All right, this is John talking, and then we're going to hear Matt and then TJ.
This is Matt's third or fourth sound check.
And then this is TJ not eating my microphone this time.
Okay, that does sound way better, although I'm getting a lot of background noise.
From me.
Like a soft fuzz.
Since I'm not hearing it, it's from me.
Is it my air conditioner?
No, I'm not hearing it, so it's
No, it could
definitely
be
from me.
TJ's fan. TJ,
It's off!
TJ, you're OnlyFans.
TJ, turn your fan off.
My only fan
Wait,
is
is
off.
it my fan?
Okay, hold on. I'm going to mute myself and tell me if it goes away.
I doubt it. I doubt it went away.
John.
John's not listening.
I turned my OnlyFans off, and I still can hear it.
Okay, I'm going to mute myself. Tell me if it goes away.
Me.
Okay.
Okay, I'm muting.
Can you guys hear my fan?
Yes, I can.
Wow, it's blowing directly into the microphone.
Would you listen, John? We're trying to solve the problem.
All right.
All right, mute yourself, Matt.
Okay. Matt, he said you.
Oh, me. Okay.
Nope. TJ, mute yourself. Nope.
What the fuck then?
Let me mute. I'm gonna mute.
Well,
me.
I don't hear it, so as long as I don't hear it, the stream doesn't hear it.
No, he's listening to it on the stream.
Oh, are you?
Hey, Matt. Yeah. Listen to your Twitch and listen to this.
Okay, hold on.
But maybe it's just my computer. Maybe I have everything
Okay.
turned up really high.
I didn't realize you were listening on there. So let me mute my voice.
Yeah.
It's probably my air conditioner then, because I'm muting my microphone now.
Hello?
Yep.
Yeah, it is 100% your air conditioner.
Okay, I'll go shut it off. It's not that bad in here right now.
You don't have to turn it off. No, don't turn it off. Oh.
We can manage.
Oh. I feel like I still hear it. Oh wait, he's hitting buttons.
Yeah.
Yep, that got rid of it. It is silent now.
All right, we fixed it. We fixed all of the issues until new ones pop up.
This is John talking loud. Am I gonna blow out the mic?
No, you're not.
Nope. All right, Matt, then go, and then TJ.
Hey, it's your boy Matt.
And I'm not a boy because I have kids or something.
All right. I'm going to turn off or go to the volume mixer and turn Discord back up and turn the Twitch all the way down so I can hear it. We all sound good. Judy Cass is asking if you have kids.
Yeah, I've got 3 childs. All girl childs.
3 girls.
14, 11, and it's not August yet, so 7.
3
14,
beautiful
11,
grills.
7. Yes.
Grill gamers. Are they grill gamers, TJ?
Grill gamers. They are grill gamers. Yeah.
Oh snap.
One's I don't know brands of grill. Otherwise, I would continue this joke.
Weber.
Weber.
Okay.
Charbroil.
Charmander.
Charmander.
Okay. Let's start. Stop playing Mario, man.
I'm not.
I clearly hear it.
Matt, I need your friend code so we can play together. And yes, that can play together online.
Yeah, I need your friend code as well.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, I'll have to figure out where. I'm assuming that's in the Switch Online thing or something.
I'll show you later. It's in your user settings up top.
I already had a Nintendo account apparently from
3DS.
No, I never had one of those, but I had some of the iOS Nintendo games, so maybe I made one for that.
Fire Emblem Heroes.
Let's get started, boys.
Yeah. Let's get started. Bake them away, toys.
Right. Welcome to Born in the 80s, episode 377. Wait, what is it?
397.
Oh my god.
97. 397. We got it. We got there.
Clap. Let's do the clapper. All right, starting again. Welcome to... God damn it! Welcome to Born in the 80s, episode 397. I'm your host, as always, John Danger, joined by my co-hosts.
Matt, Elite Pro Gamer Hag.
And TJ, Absolute Scrub May.
That's
Scrapsalute Rob.
Yep.
He's the scrub. We're here. It's NPR now. We've done the podcast.
Yes.
Yeah. It is crazy, though, that TJ has children. It's Father's Day on Sunday. You doing
Happy Father's Day.
No, I'm still stuck here. And
you gonna bring COVID down to your children?
I'm gonna try to, but it depends on my car.
Oh yeah, let's talk about that. TJ, what's going on with your car?
Wait, was that on the Discord channel that everyone can see, or was that on?
Yeah. I did it in rants in your pants.
Yes, talk about that too. Our Discord has segments now. Or groupings, rooms.
Groups. And there's a hidden group just for the mods, I guess us. How the sausage is made. I hope you appreciated the name of that.
I do.
That's how we get things recorded.
How the podcasts are put through the meat grinder.
Exactly. So in Rants in My Pants, I talked about today I drove the 30 miles to Marinette because though I'm no longer working at Dollar General, I am now. I still never left GameStop. So
Coin Admiral.
Once in a while, I pick up Point Admiral. I just got that. Fucking shit. All right. So after I left
Order
Point
Commander.
Admiral, so my GameStop called me and asked if I could pick up a shift. They called me yesterday saying, "Hey, can I come in today?" And sure, that's not a problem. I'm not doing anything. So I drove a little bit early because I had to pick up some stuff at Menards for my stepdad. And on the drive there, I hit a deer at 55 miles an hour. So, bit of perspective. because this is very similar to what happened to me 18 years ago. Matt, are you fucking streaming?
No, John's doing something.
God damn it. Oh, he's gonna post pictures. Okay.
Oh, okay. I thought he was just being a dick.
But the problem is it won't show up unless Matt clicks it. So, Matt, can you please click watch stream on yours? So
yes, please click watch stream.
Okay, why are we Okay.
Pictures of my car.
Live from Tulsa.
Okay.
The coronavirus.
No, John's showing Mike Pence talking for some reason.
Are you really?
This is the president's
How do I quit that
rally.
stream? God damn it.
Look, he's got the three
TJ's trying to tell a story and you're being very rude. You're a rude boy.
Okay. So anywho,
let me stop streaming. I'll actually show photos of the damage.
So this is a repeat of something that happened to me 18 years ago on the night of my senior awards banquet when I graduated high school. Back then in 2002, I was driving home on a rural highway, and at 55 miles an hour in my 89 Suburban, I just blasted the side of a deer that just jumped out of the ditch, and my Suburban was barely a scratch. I think it was $80 worth of damage. Now, I'm driving
photos.
A tiny little
God damn it, John.
What's wrong?
God damn it, John.
And John's not showing photos right now.
He's showing photos
of.
Just not of your car. He's showing Dragon's fucking cars.
Nice! We're gonna get banned on Twitch for this fucking John.
These are not bad. There's just a dragon. It's a dragon holding a car.
Okay. So this is an artist rendition of what the deer did to TJ's car.
Right here.
Okay. So anyway, same thing happened.
Had to get that gag done.
I'm on a rural highway, going 55 miles an hour, and I catch the fact that the deer is about to make the jump into the street.
Yeah.
There is no way I'm not going to hit this. I do hit my brakes, not severely slamming, because I know at 55, slamming my brakes is going to cause a skid out. I'm going to go ahead and hit the ditch.
Yeah, you have to keep some of that loose to maintain control.
I just want to minimize the damage. So I hit the brakes, hoping maybe it'll pass me. But no, I still have the image of the car hitting the deer in my, in my memory bank, just like I do from back in 2002. And this time I think it survived because I'm in a tiny little car.
For a little while, at least.
Yeah. Well, my car is now tinier because the hood got scrunched, the front grille is a little bent, and my right headlight is the glass is broken on the outside.
Yeah.
Headlight itself was working, and I was still able to drive it the additional 10 miles to Marinette, which I've now given away my location, whatever, and then taking a half-hour drive back. I did call the non-emergency police number.
And they shot the deer in the face.
No, they shot me in the face.
God
right over
damn it. Not again?
Again, yeah. But no, I put in a report. They wanted to come out as opposed to back in 2002 when I called it in, because I had a cell phone. I had a car bag phone in 2002. In 2002, they just asked if I wanted to stay there to get the deer tagged. If I wanted to keep the deer.
John, your stream is bouncing audio back. Make that stop. Make it stop. Make it stop.
Make the audio.
What?
Test.
I'm not messing with audio.
No,
you're streaming my audio back to me. I'm going insane.
Wait, really?
Yeah, because Discord.
Oh, because okay. I can fix it.
Okay. Sorry, listeners.
Echo.
But I'll go ahead and repeat that. But
oh my god, yes. What the fuck just happened? Wow. Okay, I'm just trying to show pictures, TJ. I actually was trying to show them, but what I can do now is I'll show them in a second to everybody. Is I can open them up on Discord and the web.
There you go.
And so that isn't.
And then later on, you can go ahead and post them in the episode description on borninthE80s.net.
Oh yeah, okay.
Which we haven't updated in 20 episodes now?
Yay! I got pretty caught up.
Okay. Anyway, so way back in Wisconsin, when I called in the hitting the deer, they just asked if I wanted to stay there, just for the sake of, hey, they'll tag the deer. So if I wanted to bring it in, get the deer processed for meat.
Mm-hmm.
But they didn't ask.
I'm streaming the photos now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a lot of damage.
Yeah. Well, it's not. The engine block is all perfect.
Yeah.
It wasn't leaking fluid.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it's that. It's just like panels.
So like looking at that, my first thought was deer, because like the front from a distance looks totally fine. And then it just looks like somebody dropped like a 600-pound sack of meat on the top of your hood, which is also what happened.
Which brings me to a further discussion. Well, first of all, I'm fine. I'm safe. In case anyone's wondering, I wasn't wondering if I was safe, because it really didn't matter.
Yeah, I was just thinking about like, how's the deer?
Yeah, I was just thinking about how's the car.
So speaking of deer, have you guys ever eaten venison?
Oh yeah, my dad's a deer hunter, so.
Oh, there you go.
They just have a freezer stocked full of venison, and I get these like this stuff that's made in like summer sausage and blended with pork, because venison's not fatty enough.
But yeah, venison summer sausage is beautiful.
That's a lot of damage.
Good job. Good job.
It took me a while to find that pull.
Yeah,
it's a lot of damage.
You know what they say. Comedy is all about timing.
Wow! You're such a card, man. You're so funny.
So I've had the venison summer sausage. I've had venison Italian sausage. I've had venison steak, which is okay.
Yeah.
Have you guys had venison heart?
No.
Venison
hot pockets.
Hot pocket. Hot pocket.
That would actually be pretty good, because it's a super lean meat, so you want to add like a bunch of cheese or something to it to fatten it up.
Surprisingly, venison heart is one of the most tender, juicy steaks I've ever had in my life.
That's weird to me. I've never.
I know.
I probably ate like chicken or goose hearts at some point, but I've never really. I have no memory of eating like an animal's heart. But I would imagine that because it's constantly working, that it would be like a tougher muscle.
Think the other way around. Is that venison's hearts are very efficient. So actually, they're not working as hard as you think, because it's an athlete's heart. So they don't beat as often.
Okay.
So it's not as stringy, not as tough as like a leg muscle would be.
Venison's interesting. I've cooked a bunch of stuff with venison. I actually did a venison casserole fairly recently, actually, a couple of them, because I had someone give us a couple pounds of venison that they had from their freezer, so we made that. But venison, like, it's actually interesting, because when you think about it, like, what does venison look like? It looks like it's basically beef. You can substitute it for beef in a lot of recipes. It's just it's just very lean.
Yeah, it's like beef if cows were constantly sprinting.
Yeah, and then it's also pretty gamey. So the meat still tastes of like metallic blood taste a little bit, even when it's cooked. It isn't quite as finished as well as it actually tastes a little bit more like grass-fed beef.
Okay.
Like corn-fed beef has a nice buttery finish. I always feel like I don't know. Well, like I always think it's funny when people are like, "Oh, grass-fed beef," and it's like it doesn't taste as good as corn-fed beef. Like corn-fed's better.
Gotta obese up those cows.
No, exactly.
Delicious.
You have to have the fat, the marbling of the fat. It's got to be like the way to do it. I mean, not that I'm saying that grass-fed beef is bad, but whenever I see that with like 100% grass-fed, I'm like, then they don't know what they're talking about. Like in terms of cuts.
John doesn't eat any meat that's not foie gras. Fuck, I can't say that. Foie gras.
Yeah.
Force-fed shit.
Yeah. Ooh, fried venison and moose chili.
You really have to taste the torture.
Yeah. Well, I'm a misery vampire. I need to know that the animal has suffered.
Dude, for real though, veal is fucking delicious.
It is good, definitely. I've had buffalo before.
Yeah,
buffalo.
I'd actually compare
Yeah.
kind of the taste and texture of venison to buffalo. Because buffalo is another one where it's it's so lean that it can be super crumbly and it can be hard to get it to stick together in a hamburger.
Yeah. But buffalo is good. I'm trying to think of the other weird meats I've had. I've had frog's legs before.
Oh, that's delicious.
Alligator.
I had guinea fowl.
Kangaroo. I had hippopotamus.
I had horse meat in Iceland. That I had a like sampler platter that was puffin, horse meat, whale.
How's the puffin?
Oh, fucking delicious! It's like a duck but salty because it's a sea duck.
Ooh.
And some kind of fish, I think. I don't remember.
Yeah, so like when I was in France, there was a place that sold hippopotamus burgers that we went to.
That sounds wild. Okay?
It tasted like a burger.
Okay.
like anything that's a burger tastes like a burger. Like,
I know for a while, like I think it might have been in South or Central America, people dabbled, like the colonialists dabbled with trying to import a bunch of hippos as like a meat animal, and it did not work out well because hippos are very difficult.
Oh,
they grow a lot of meat though.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm reading an article here saying that possible. Oh wait, no, that there was hippo meat nearly became an American food staple according to Ripley's.
That must be what I'm thinking of.
Ripley's, believe it or not, is
I choose to believe it.
Very accurate. Let's see here.
I prefer that to Snopes don't believe it.
Yeah, it was just a guy who wanted to bring hippos to the U.S. to like have them be a farm animal.
Yeah, there's also wild hippos down wherever Pablo Escobar was because he had a bunch of them, and they escaped.
Okay, I'm gonna just read you an insane sentence from this article, NBCnews.com. Taste for hippo meat threatens the population. Congo has outlawed practice, but it's still widespread. All right, check this out. In his poaching days in the Congo forests, Guillaume Kaserka used his rusty Russian-made rocket launcher to kill hippos for meat. He fucking shot rocket launcher at a hippo.
I mean, that's what you gotta do. It's like, those guys are tough.
Yeah, they said they used dynamite to kill them.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Not surprised.
I wonder if you have to, like, lure it out of the water, because if you think about, like, if you've ever seen a picture of an elephant gun, imagine that, but then it also has to puncture, like, a big layer of water to get... I feel like that would be difficult.
But you could stun him, maybe, and get him to come up to the surface.
Yeah. Well, I wonder if that's what the dynamite is. Just, like fishing with dynamite.
Yeah. Hit him with a bat when they get to the surface.
Let's eat some hippos.
Anyway, I'm not going to eat a hippo. I've never had snake.
I don't think I've had any reptile.
They make snake like I think it's a cuisine in like Vietnam and stuff. They make snake a lot. I mean, if you got a lot of snakes, you know, I'm sure they're good.
Yeah.
We don't have a lot of snakes in the U.S., so I don't think that they make them a lot. But I've had
not in the Midwest of the U.S. at least.
No.
I've wanted to try turtle because I hear turtle's good.
Oh man,
I've never had turtle.
Because from what I heard, there was a turtle species that became extinct because it was too delicious.
Well, there was the Galapagos tortoises. It was a long time before they were able to get a living sample back to England because they kept eating them on the boat. Well, yeah. No, I feel conflicted about that because I fucking love turtles. Yeah. But also, I want to eat one.
Well, just eat a bigger one. Don't eat the small, cute ones.
Yeah, I just don't eat the ninja ones.
Well,
except Wait,
once they
rule
become
34: eating Ninja Turtle
Oh God
ass.
damn it! Oh,
Please.
don't look that up, please.
The nice thing
All right,
about
I'm gonna get it
turtles
up
is
on-
it comes with its own bowl.
John is screen
yeah.
sharing. It pops up. Like, don't click it. Yeah, I've never had turtle. I always feel I don't think I'd want to eat turtle. I like them too much.
Yeah.
I feel like there's
It's
no
all-
sport in that.
It's all that Saturday morning Ninja Turtle propaganda that like I
can't
fucking
imagine-
I fucking idolize. I don't know if that's like I worship
imagine-
turtles.
I
Basically,
can't imagine turtle meat tastes that good. Because they're kind of like they just eat like hang out in fucking dirty water and
You
eat.
say that, and I like catfish. So.
Yeah, dude. Lobsters are bottom feeders. Bottom feeders are delicious. The closer your food is to eating actual shit, the more delicious it's gonna be.
You just gotta cook it right.
Oh fuck, catfish is so good. I'm hungry now.
Oh, yep.
Let's go to a Cracker Barrel and get some catfish.
You can get Cracker Barrel. You can actually we got Cracker Barrel drive not drive away, but like
curbside.
Curbside, thank you, pickup. And then, but I mean, they probably aren't even doing that now. I'm sure they just have the whole restaurants full now because coronavirus is over, guys.
Coronavirus just affects libs.
Yeah.
I loved the diaper man that you posted, or either you or Spanky posted.
Like, I don't know. It's pretty good. I saw a really interesting thing. Somebody had posted this on Twitter, but it was Bill Burr was on Joe Rogan a while ago, and then Joe Rogan was just like, "What do you think about masks and stuff?" And then Bill Burr's like, "I'm gonna cut you off right now. We're not going to talk about this because I'm not a scientist and you're not a scientist. I listen to what the CDC says, and that's what I do." And they both laughed about it. It's like, yeah, that's the way to be.
Yeah.
Like, it's not some fucking political issue. It's not, oh, I'm an expert. No, there's people that have spent their entire lives researching this to give us the best sort of information they can. And you can trust it because there's a lot of people that don't agree with it. And there's a lot of people that agree with it, which means it's probably contentious enough to be right, because they wouldn't say it if it was going to be good, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? Like, if they were lying, they would say the thing that would be the best for the economy.
Yeah.
Which it isn't.
I highly recommend. There's a new Minute Physics video up on how the Nintendo 64, the N95 masks work.
Yeah.
Which you don't need, really.
No, but in terms of like atomically how the N95 masks work, it's
I would be interested in seeing that.
I highly recommend seeing it if you haven't.
Yeah, it has to do with particle size.
Yep.
They're cool. But I have an N95 mask that is ancient that I got for when I was doing like spray painting.
Yep.
That's so I don't really.
I wonder if I do. I have a spray painting mask, but I don't know what it is.
That might be.
It's just like an M3. It's one of those big ones with the
3M. Yeah.
3M.
Sure. I'm sure that's got to be N95 or higher. But that's more of a respirator and not just a face mask.
Yeah.
So, no, you could wear that out and you'd be.
I could. I won't, because it would look ridiculous.
No, you should, because I find when you wear a mask, then people that aren't wearing masks stay away from you.
No, I do. I do wear a mask, but I just have like some cloth masks I got at Target a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, it is pretty insane, the political of mask wearing.
Yeah, it's weird. Like it sounds like it sounds like people in the 1950s trying to be like, oh no, smoking's totally good for you. Smoking, here's my paycheck.
The problem I have with it is that like with smoking, I mean, to a lesser extent, if you think about like secondhand smoke or whatnot, but like that you're hurting yourself. But if you're not wearing a mask, you're possibly just making this lockdown last even longer.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Is like people bitch about wearing masks.
Well, and that's what I don't get,
because it's not fun, but it's going to make the lockdown shorter. Look at what South Korea did.
I get the politicization of like the lockdown, because if you're somebody who values businesses more than human life, which there are a lot of people that think that way, like then it makes sense to argue that like no, we shouldn't lock down. But then to be like, well, the argument for how to not lock down is to have everybody forced to wear masks and like social distance and stuff.
So there's two issues that would have solved all of this from the get-go. Number one, which feeds into number two, but number one is the fact that we aren't given solid national guidelines to say, I'm leading you, we need to do this for the sake of our country. Think of like the World War II, all the conservation efforts that we did, for conserving like copper, rubber, and all the other things.
Interning the Japanese.
Yeah. So, by having a strong federal leader that says, hey, we need to step up our game for the good of our country, and rallying the country behind that strong leadership, we would have been on the right track, and we didn't flatten this curve for shit.
There would have still been the people resisting it, but it would have been like
they would have been the outliers.
Yeah, the crazies.
They would have been the ones. They would have been the ones that are easily turnables. Our centrists would have not rallied behind, because we had that direct leadership of this is what we should do as a country. But because we don't have the strong federal leadership, we are then restricted based off of the fucking 10th Amendment. All powers not given to the nation are given to the states. So we have fucking 50 different sets of circumstances, 50 different sets of restrictions, 50 different, well, I'm doing this, but they're doing this, but they're doing this. And then everyone's fighting over resources, over supplies, and they're fighting like, you live in a border town? Well, I do go here and I don't have to do this. I go here, I do. What the fuck's right?
Yeah.
It's confusing. And people don't like to be confused. So the simplicity of the status quo, well, I never had to wear a mask for the flu, so why would I need it for COVID, is what takes over. And it doesn't help that they're being rallied by other people who want them to not be scared. But then you see those other people that are doing that. I'm gonna fucking talk about Fox News as much as I hate talking about Fox News. They're about like, we need to reopen the economy. We need to get people back. We can't be scared of this. But they're still working remotely. They're still not in the same studio as each other. But they're telling you not to be scared. But they know it's a bad thing. But they won't tell you. Because it's better, listen to what I say, not what I'm doing. Is that a follower? I think we just got a follower.
Yeah. Hey, thanks for the follow. I'm stupid. Good job. Good job with that name.
I am also stupid. I appreciate that. Thank you much.
But for real, though.
That's probably what it is.
For real, though, it's the Illuminati trying to decrease the population, because the world's overpopulated, and they know they're going to have to start fighting for water and resources, so they're trying to kill us.
Fair enough. I got my water. I'm okay.
It just pisses me off, because it's like, I want the world to go back to normal just as much as everyone on any side of the political spectrum wants to do it. And we know that scientists have said, and it's been proven, that widespread wearing of masks will slow down this, and we can get back to being normal faster. Yet people are turning it into some sort of political issue because they don't want to be not like manly enough because they're wearing a mask or something. Like
I watched that Joe Rogan thing too.
You're making it worse.
I watched that Joe Rogan thing too, and he seems very concerned with whether or not people think he's a bitch. And I was like, that sounds really exhausting to worry about that shit.
Like the dude is a total bitch. Like he's way into UFC and shit. Like he's just one of those guys that. Oh my God! Somebody had the best description of Joe Rogan's podcast was back when we were younger. We didn't need Joe Rogan podcast because we had a friend who had that 22-year-old uncle who slept in their basement and said all this dumb shit. Because that's what it is. It's just some fucking guy who doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about.
It was also really interesting. I saw that thing when it got posted on Reddit, so I was reading through the comments. It was really interesting to read how the most popular podcaster on the planet, apparently no one listens to him or has ever listened to him because nobody wants to admit to listening to him.
No. No, man, dude, when I was flying back from Philadelphia right before the lockdown happened, it was like mid-February, the guy who sat next to me in the plane was just the total, like, Joe Rogan guy, like, fucking backwards baseball cap, like, sweatshirt, like hoodie, like sweatpants in the plane, and he just was like this, and I just saw he was like listening to Joe Rogan while he was on the plane. I was like, God damn it. Like, oh, like no offense to like Joe Rogan. I mean, he's done some interesting stuff, talked to some cool people, you know, on the show, but like it's just such like a hot mess of a show.
Yeah.
Like
it's
dude,
just
dude
the
is
whole
all over the place.
I want you to think I'm smart because I ask a lot of questions kind of thing.
Yeah. Oh no, that's like such a tactic of a lot of people in media is, especially on the right wing side, is just asking a lot of questions and then questions. Not having. I mean, the key thing to look out for is if anyone ever says I'm not an expert, but I have this to say, then don't listen to them. Because if they're freely admitting that they don't know what they're talking about when they say that, because you wouldn't say that if you were going to make some sort of claim, because I'm not going to say, oh, I'm no expert, but I'm going to say this. I'm just going to say what I think because I'm using my knowledge. Because if I were to try and say something I didn't know was true, I would say, well, I'm not an expert. And so if somebody's like, well, that's wrong. I'm like, well, I said I wasn't an expert. Anyway, it's dumb shit. I fucking, oh God.
So anyway, that's what happened to TJ's car.
Yeah, TJ's car broke down. That's where we got.
We took so many. Wait, how did we get to COVID from venison?
I don't know. Oh, Cracker Barrel.
Cracker Barrel.
Yes. There we go.
You were talking about catfish, and then I talked about Cracker Barrel, and then I talked about how I went and picked up Cracker Barrel from the curbside delivery or pickup. And then now is like they probably don't even do that now. Like because when I went to a restaurant, we talked about this on the podcast, right? Because this was last week, and then we talked about this on last week's show. But yeah, I went to a bar to pick up like dinner and get some steaks and stuff, and it was just people aren't wearing it. It's like normal. Like we have stupid in the chat. I'm stupid. Well, let's call him Stewie. I'll call him Stu. He's in the chat, and he was talking about it's basically normal where I am. In the UK, and it's like that's it. Like,
yeah.
I mean, like if you talk about you're in the UK, you've had only 500 cases where you are, but that's 300,000 is the total. The US has how many millions of cases at this point?
I don't even know. I stopped looking at the numbers because they got too big to comprehend.
I'll look at yep.
Okay, so here it is. USA 2.5 million cases basically. Close enough.
Yeah. Fuck.
Oh, Brazil's getting real close though with the million. They're catching up.
I'm not surprised.
Well, they're about to head into flu season in this.
Are
in the
they?
Oh fuck, that's right.
Yeah. So they're gonna get hit real bad. But sorry. But like in Wisconsin, like in our county, Dane County, which is fairly large, a fairly large portion of the state. I think there's like maybe 1,000 cases. Like the difference between the U.S. and the U.K. is the U.S. is so spread out.
Yeah,
like it would be much more accurate to look at like certain states.
I think like a lot of people are looking at the numbers in New York and being like, well, we're nowhere near that. And it's like, I don't know, just because that's excessively fucked up because there's 100 million people sitting on top of each other, literally.
The scary part about all this is the fact that even people that recover, we're talking about people who are now dealing with having their blood being a bit thicker and still being at risk for things like heart attack and stroke.
Clots.
Clots. Your blood does not end up well the way that COVID fucks with your lungs and then works its way into the bloodstream from there. It's fuck. It's just a bunch of fuck.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, it'll be cool when like as they get more antibody tests out, because then hopefully you can gather more data about like people who may have not had super severe symptoms or got it before, like got it earlier before we knew what was going on and stuff like that.
We still don't know if you can get it more than once.
Yeah. And that's but well, we need that testing data to start building the map out more.
Yeah. But yeah, did you guys see about the one guy who recovered from COVID and his medical bill was something like $1.4 million?
Oh, that sounds fun.
Man, this is good. What is it that they say? I'm free to pick my doctor.
Yeah. It's like it's one of those bullshit things like right to work, which means like no benefits and no minimum wage, I think.
That means that I'm free to get fucked by medical bills as well.
Right to work means they don't have to give you notice to fire you. And vice versa, but it more benefits the company because you still should give the 2 weeks notice. Otherwise, they're going to fuck you over if you use them as reference later. And a lot of times they do.
So in the chat they're talking about the drug, the steroid that they found, dexamethasone, which is just a really common corticosteroid.
Now, John, before you start talking about science stuff, you have to say I'm literally an expert.
I am literally an expert. I'm more expert than some people. I do have a science degree.
And you work in a fucking lab, so
yeah.
I'm pointing to the wrong person.
But I'm not like the expert in infectious diseases.
Okay.
But I certainly know about reading lab reports and research papers because I do that all the time. So the interesting thing too is that I think the person said that they found a drug that cuts deaths. I mean, somewhat by a third, and this is just in the non-peer-reviewed initial data that they're showing. So it's still helping some people. 1/3 in people on ventilators and 1/5 in patients receiving supplemental oxygen, which is pretty big. But I mean, it's in no way a cure or anything to say, oh, we can open the country up. It's going to say, okay, 1 out of 5 people on oxygen are now going to not die.
Yeah,
but still 4 out of 5 will. Like it is. This is a nasty illness, and I think it needs to be treated seriously. And the thing is that we just need, and it's proven beyond any sort of a doubt right now that what happens is if you stay 6 feet away from people and you wear masks, it's very low chance of you getting it. We just need to be doing that. And people are like, I want to be free to get other people sick. It's because the U.S. and a lot of other countries, especially, first world countries, there's an empathy problem. People just are, and that's capitalism for you.
Yeah.
It's just like, oh, I got mine. So like I'm not this way, but I could be a total shithead and be like, well, I want to have the freedom, but I am someone who's lucky enough to have a job that I can work from home. I am lucky enough to have the money to pay for people to come and deliver groceries to me. I don't have to be exposed. But I'm still saying that I don't think people that work in your Dollar Generals or your GameStops or that need to be, exposed to people that are going to be assholes. That sucks. Yeah. Like they're just going to possibly get sick. And even if they don't die, in the US especially, we don't have paid time off or paid sick leave as a requirement for everyone. So that person will be, I'm going to get COVID. I'm not going to die because I'm, 25 or 35.
Rack up a couple $100,000 in bills.
I'm just going to be sick for a week. If I have to go to the hospital, I'm going to be down $100,000 in bills. And I'll get fired from my job because I missed 2 weeks of work. So it's pretty much a nightmare for the working class here in the U.S.
This is like something I said very early on before this became a pandemic, which is there's going to be a bunch of people, because I said it myself, that if I'm told that if I get COVID, I can't work, there's not going to be a day that I will ever say I have COVID.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even if I know I've got it.
Yeah, that sucks. I mean, like the company that I work for, they sent out an email and said, like, I'm salaried, whatever, but like for like our hourly employees, they said, if you get COVID and you go get a doctor's note saying that you were tested positive, you get 2 weeks paid vacation. Like, just that's it. We don't want you coming in until you test negative. And
isn't there that like paycheck relief thing or is that just for businesses that have to close down because of like state-mandated stuff?
I think so. Yeah, I think that it's for businesses that close down so they can keep paying salaries.
Yeah,
or not pay salaries and just walk away with the money. When some businesses have closed down, because there's definitely been businesses that have taken that money and then closed anyway.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like,
man, capitalism is great.
Well, the whole idea is those are supposed
if you
to
have
be
money, it's great.
The whole idea is those are supposed to be loans, and if you close down or stop paying your employees, you're supposed to pay those back. But there's no oversight, so no one gives a fuck. And it's mostly given to big
or you can call, or you could declare your business bankrupt. I don't really know the legality of it. There's probably ways to wiggle out of it. They're mentioning people are wearing masks on transport only. I mean, that's like the big thing to me too. Is that like I'm like super hardcore about people wearing masks, but like if you're outside or in your own home or out in a park or something, as long as you're like 6 feet away from people outside. Masks aren't really going to be that big of a deal.
Because it doesn't really, it's not really airborne, right? It's got to be like droplets.
It's droplets.
So it's not like in the vents. It's more like if you're on the tube,
you
you're
just
like smashed up against
imagine
people.
Every person has like a 6 foot, like, out from them, like circle.
Bubble boy.
And then that is an area of air droplets that are just being spewed out of them at all times.
Yeah.
So you want to stay away from that. And so when you're in an enclosed space, you can't do that. So you wear a mask, which just makes that area that the droplets spew out very close to that person, if not just into the mask itself.
Do you guys want me to read a Facebook post from a garbage person about this?
Oh, God, no.
Okay, then I won't. It's fine.
Just put it on John's awful Facebook thing on the Discord.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. You can put it on the Discord.
All right, I'll do a screenshot because it was texted to me by my mother.
Oh, no.
But mostly because my mother sends it to me because she's like, this person does not know how to spell it. It bothers me.
Oh.
She's more concerned about the spelling.
Yes,
no, the crazy thing that's been interesting about the COVID was that people were like, oh, it's a respiratory disease, and that's definitely not what it is turning out to be. It is a disease that is communicable by your respiratory system.
Well, it's just like how the
body illness.
You know how the flu can like turn your blood into pudding and give you strokes and stuff. It's just like that.
Yeah, see, it's so different than the flu. Like whereas where the flu is much more of a respiratory illness, this is a full body virus that will attack all of your body, but it's just communicable like the flu through airborne droplets. But yeah, that it does suck being forced in a lockdown by police. I know in the UK they're just doing it out of an abundance of caution, which does suck. I know I specifically know they're very strict in the UK. I know people live in the UK and they're like they're allowed to leave their house for an hour.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I haven't been following the UK at all. I had no idea about that.
Yeah, I follow a few people.
It's much more strict over there. Yeah, I think they're allowed to go out of the house just for shopping, and then I don't know what it is now. This was months ago. Yeah, you're allowed to go out to get crumpets.
Unless
Jammy Dodgers.
All the British words I've heard.
Unless you're protesting taking down the Churchill statue.
Oh yeah. Didn't they throw the statue of that one guy in the water?
Yeah, there's been so many statues I can't keep track.
Cromwell, I don't know.
Youch, no electric. That does suck.
Holy crap, that sucks.
Ugh,
yeah,
that's terrible. That's no good. That would suck regardless of COVID.
Yeah,
we had the power go out in our house for the first time since we moved here a couple years ago. During that meeting, our World of Warcraft guild meeting, where the guild exploded.
Oh yeah, that did happen.
And Matt quit while I was offline because I was just like literally sitting in my house, and then just everything went black because I think a tree fell down onto some power lines because of the storm. But but our power, I mean, it's been really good here, at least in Madison. Like our power is back in 30 minutes, 40 minutes.
Yeah,
not bad.
I have a lot more trouble with internet outage than power.
I used to, but it's been so good lately.
It's gotten better. Like when everybody started working from home. So there was a time where everybody was just like, "Oh, I'm Netflixing now. I'm stuck at home, so I'm Netflixing."
Well, you live in an apartment complex, so
well, it's only a 4-unit. It's like a condo thing that got converted.
I suppose.
But the first couple of weeks when everybody was like, "Oh, I'm stuck at home. I'm just gonna Netflix a bunch," like that was fine. It was all downloads or down speeds.
I remember specifically when we used to live in an apartment, we'd watch Game of Thrones. If you watch Game of Thrones right at 9:00, it was okay, you're going to be slow and buffering, and it won't look good because everybody in your apartment complex is streaming this right now.
Yeah. Basically. But that wasn't really a problem. What was a problem was when everybody started Zooming and video conferencing when they're working from home, and the upload load, for lack of a better term, increased a shitload because, like, residential service is not designed for big upload speeds.
No,
it's just not.
Which kind of sucks because, like, they could. I mean, it's just so dumb the way that is that. You could have more upload, but they cap you, for residential service because they don't want that. So if you're someone trying to stream, it can be difficult because not that they cap it too low, but I think it's that they don't care. So it can be like just not solid that speed connection.
Yeah.
I guess my speed is slower though. I'm looking at my download speed right now is only about 50 megs. But it's usually closer to like 70 or 80. Oh, but they boosted my upload. I'm at 10 solid.
Nice. Well, I was at solid 10 last time I checked over here.
So that they may have done that because of all the increased telework. It's just like popped everyone's upload speed way faster, or cuts some of my download bandwidth and put it into upload.
Yeah,
which is fine. I don't really. I mean,
I imagine that's all just artificial anyway. I assume it's just a number on a computer somewhere they can change.
I always think that's interesting too because like people like want gigabit internet to make their internet go faster, but I feel like if I'm going to download a game from Steam though. Steam is a bad example because Steam is ridiculously fast servers, but other, game like the Sony servers to download like a new like PlayStation game. It's like, okay, you might have 1 gig down at your house, but we aren't putting it out that fast from our server. So you're not getting any of that speed.
I don't know. I would love to be in a situation where the bottleneck is on the server side because I feel that's so far from where we are now.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, and we get closer to that if we did more P2P stuff, kind of like the way, like the old torrent stuff works.
Yeah,
where it would grab packets from different peers, so you're able to.
I don't.
World of Blizzard does that, right?
Downloaders used to do that. Yeah, I remember back in the day because you would.
Do they not do that anymore?
They might, but I just remember specifically the. Downloader used to be like it would show up on your screen. It would show that you were torrenting it from their site and just pulling the data from like hundreds of other people.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's cool.
I do know that is a thing that the UK people do is or at least they were organizing was clapping at 8 p.m. for all the essential workers going outside and clapping.
Well, specifically NHS, their national.
It's a little. Service. I feel like that's a little much.
Yeah, I don't know. Like if I was a doctor or something, I'd be like, I don't know, I'm just going to work.
If I was a doctor, I would just be like, just wear masks, please, and don't get sick.
I'm so tired. Please just wear masks.
Please give us food and raisins.
That's the original ending of Evangelion.
Yes, where they're all just clapping at the end. Oh my god.
Congratulations.
I imagine the UK at 8 p.m. is like the Ewoks at the end of Return of the Jedi. They're just like banging on Stormtrooper helmets and shit.
Man, I have not been to England in a long time. Matt, you went more recent than I did.
Barely more recently.
Yeah, like
because I went for the same theater trip in college, but it was like a year or two later.
I mean, 2008. What a good year that was, huh?
Yeah.
I mean, the island of Great Britain, specifically the one island, isn't that only about the size of Wyoming, or something like that?
I don't know. It's
dude.
big. I'm not an expert.
Geography and me do not get along.
I'm not.
I'm no expert.
Hashtag I'm no expert. The other end
John,
of the lightsaber comes out, but
John, you have the podcast title.
What? I'm no expert.
I'm no expert.
Ooh. Okay, here are 11 states that are larger than the UK. I bet you can guess 2 of them.
Texas and Alaska.
Okay, yep, you got the first 2.
Okay.
Wyoming.
Okay, no. Here we go. Okay, California is
Okay, that makes sense.
1.74 UKs.
Okay.
Montana is 1.56.
Yep, that
New
makes
Mexico is 1.3.
You already did Montana. Nebraska?
No. Nebraska is 0.82 UKs.
Kansas.
Kansas is 0.87. No, I will tell you
close.
that the best Wyoming is 1.03.
Okay.
Michigan 1.03.
Really?
Wyoming is right there. I was pretty damn close.
Yep, Wyoming and Michigan are the closest to equivalent.
Wait, you said UK though?
Oh,
right?
Yeah, United Kingdom.
Which is going to include Northern Ireland there.
That does include... Actually, it looks like it's including a regular Ireland as well.
Oh.
Wait, I'm looking at this map. Let me see this. It's just the image, though. That image might not be
okay.
right.
Yeah,
oh, no, it is. That is just Northern Ireland in that image. You're right.
Okay.
You're correct.
Okay. Yep.
All right, fair enough. How big is Northern? Anyway.
And all
Rhode
of my knowledge...
Island, 0.02 UKs. Delaware, Connecticut, New Jersey, all those are like less than a tenth.
Wait. 2% is not horrible compared to, if you think about the size of Rhode Island.
Yeah, it's
which
tiny.
isn't a fucking island.
Or a
Don't
road.
worry about the way that people named our states. Rhode Island.
New York.
West Virginia,
New Jersey.
West of Virginia.
I still call it New Amsterdam.
Because
why they changed it, I can't say.
Yeah, because West Virginia isn't west of Virginia. There is parts of Virginia that's further west than West Virginia.
But I will
it's
say
more north than west.
The Confederate statue stories that I've enjoyed the most are the ones coming out of West Virginia, because it's like the whole reason you're a state is because you didn't want to secede with the rest of Virginia.
I know.
Like, what the fuck, dude? Mm-hmm. Also, this is backtracking a little bit, but I was talking to some people in our guild, and a lot of them are Canadians.
Yes,
and
a lot of
apparently travel is banned from the U.S. to Canada.
Yes.
I did not know that.
Oh, yeah.
That's fucking crazy.
Canada's not letting a single one of us fuckers in.
Yeah.
Oh, I wouldn't.
No, I wouldn't either. Hold up. I'm now going to go to our other major border. This is how Trump's going to get his wall built. Mexico's going to put it up saying, we don't want your fuckers down here.
Yeah.
We don't want COVID down there. This was his plan all along.
Trump manufactured COVID.
No, it was the Chinese
hashtag
laboratory.
the Trump virus.
Oh, I fucking hate that guy. Anyway.
Nobody likes
But seriously though, y'all remember when Obama wore that tan suit? Fucking terrible.
What was so disrespectful?
But her emails. I'd wear a tan suit. He was fucking dapper.
Yeah.
He was a very handsome man.
He's when you're tall and skinny.
True, I'm neither.
You can really rock a suit. I used to be.
I never was. I've always been tall.
I want to get us off this politics for a bit and take 5 minutes to talk about. I'm streaming a new way this episode.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
So
TJ is a proud owner. Wait, did you spend government money on this?
No, because my wife gets all that.
My wife.
Well, technically, you get half of it.
No, my wife gets all of it.
My wife.
It went all to her. My wife, because it went all to her account.
Yeah,
so,
but steal it.
Yeah,
So wait, just stop for 1 second. For our UK listener, that we do actually have some of the podcast. I would say the UK equivalent of the money that each US adult got was £972, which is $1,200.
Okay.
And so yeah, my wife and I each got $1,200.
and my family, let's see, it would have been 2,400 plus the three kids at 500 apiece, so that would have been a lot. 3,900 US dollars.
Well, I can do the math here. I got the thing up here.
I did. Oh, you got the calculator up?
Yeah, I do. That's 3,200 pounds.
Okay. Which, just throw this out there, isn't about a month's bills for an average 5-person family. Just throw that out there.
I was about to say 1,200 doesn't cover my mortgage.
But no, actually, most of the money that went into this gaming laptop came from back pay from my freelance gig.
Oh, nice.
Plus, he gave me a bonus because I only had about $300 back pay. He's like, "Oh, you're getting a PC? Here's $500 instead."
Nice.
It's a bonus. I'm not expecting you to pay me back.
Well, hey,
cool.
Do you get any of that freelance work now that it's tax season?
No, we're past tax season. It's business.
It's still tax season until July.
Yeah, but I'm not doing income tax. I'm not doing personal income tax. I'm doing business personal property. Those didn't get extended. And really? I had due dates January 31st, February 15th, February 29th this year. Basically every half month up until June 15th. But we got most of that done by the beginning of May. But outside of all of that, we won't be getting any more because the next big state is going to be Connecticut. That will be due October 31st. And then Alabama will be due December 31st. And then we'll start the new year at that point. And I only have, I think, 2 locations in Connecticut and 1 Alabama. So, no, 2 Alabamas. Sorry.
Yeah, and in Alabama, you have to pay your taxes in old corn husks and piles of mud.
That's true.
Yep. 100%.
Jugs with 3 X's on them.
Yeah. Moonshine jugs. God, dude. Those states, man. God. Like, the UK is like that, too. Like, there's more, like, rural boony areas. And that, but the U.S. we just got
for them. It's like up north is like the boonies, right?
We got whole states full of boonies people.
Man, we probably should just let them go.
If you want to hear a little bit about the north-south debate, watch Tom Scott's video about how to get popular on the internet because he talks about an old web tool he made. Just a little fun little thing where based on a series of answers of questions, it would say how northern you are. And would estimate a city, and a lot of people it was right.
That's funny.
I could just tell you where you're from based on where you are. That's
cool. It's a lot of like dialects and like different things. Do you eat your do you do your fish and chips with gravy, or with like mayonnaise, or things like that?
Gravy sounds good.
Well, remember, chips is just steak fries. So gravy on steak fries sounds great because now we're getting close to poutine.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, poutine's like French fries, cheese, and gravy, right?
Cheese curds, I think.
Cheese curds. Yeah, fuck, that sounds good.
Oh.
Yeah, I want that right now.
Poutine doesn't have cheese curds. Poutine has a.
Well, what has cheese curds?
It's just mozzarella cheese. You can put cheese curds on there too, or not even mozzarella.
Oh fuck yeah, fish and chips with curry sauce. That sounds good.
Does sound good. Yeah. I don't know what poutine is. I wish.
Let me talk about. I'll talk about being a boring white guy then. I've never had curry anything.
Oh, I love it.
I hear it's good, but I've never had it.
Really?
Yeah.
I make a lot of curry. It's easy to make.
I would recommend, just like finding a mild version of something and see if you like enjoy the flavors.
I would say make Japanese curry.
Oh really? I like yellow curry.
Like rice and curry vegetables?
No,
I've tried a coconut yellow curry that I didn't like.
Oh, really?
Because they had that at Noodles and Company. Mostly because I don't like coconut.
So I would suggest if you want to try a curry, Japanese curry is the way to go. Go to like your Walmart or whatever and get a golden curry sauce mix.
Okay.
And it's just like a brick of these little things. And then basically you just get potatoes, carrots, and beef or any other vegetables you want. Or you can just do anything you want in water. Well, you brown the beef first, but then you put the water
Yeah.
in to boil the vegetables till they're soft. And then you throw in these little pucks, and then it turns into a delicious soupy. Look up Japanese curry. It's
No, I kind of get what
it's
what
just
you're going for with
basically
that.
beef stew.
So is Japanese curry just like the puck form? Do they come like that, or is that something specific I have to look for?
No, I would just get
that's
the golden whatever.
That sounds like a curry bouillon essentially.
Yeah.
It really is, but it makes it like the thickness and everything too. I'm sure authentic Japanese curry is like making a roux with like flour and other stuff, but everybody uses the pucks, including Japanese people.
I took a picture.
You make it.
I took a picture of the recommendations we got in our chat right now. So it looks like korma is something good, and what's the other one? Satay curry.
Korma is good. I would say probably like tiki masala is your best bet.
Yeah.
For curry as a person, because it's like literally like a tomato cream sauce with chicken.
Ooh.
And it's not like overly spicy, so you don't have to like.
I think you'd like tiki masala.
I like a little bit of heat, but it's got to have good flavor. It's the reason why I like buffalo.
Yeah.
I like heat, but that's got some nice. It's got some nice flavor and some good pungence to it.
Korma's got.
Yeah, well, curry.
I love Indian food.
Curry is like five spices. There's like 5 spices that make curry powder. Let me look that up and see what sounds good to you.
Because that sounds like I should almost do it instead of from the puck, do it from the curry powder. Because I don't mind making a roux. I've done it before. That's how I make my cheese sauce.
Oh no! I mean the puck is a Japanese curry specific thing. Like because like Japanese curry is actually they like dice up the meat, vegetables, onions, and carrots like into like just little pieces basically, and then you serve that curry like on a plate with like a scoop of rice, and then you serve like a tonkatsu chicken cutlet, so like a fried chicken cutlet over it. And so that's like a base sauce.
Okay, excuse me a little while I go to Japan and eat this fucking thing because it sounds.
Oh yeah, it is. I made it.
While you're there, you can get some pizza with corn and mayonnaise on it.
That's right.
I love Shahi paneer, which is paneer cheese, which is the like meat alternative for a lot of dishes, Indian dishes, because they don't really do tofu, but they do it's like a cubed cheese that's very firm. It's like
it looks like every variation of curry is probably going to include coriander, turmeric, cumin, and chili peppers. So
I don't mind a lot of those. Those all sound great.
It's a lot. It's all just like variations on like that theme with other stuff added in.
Yeah, paneer satay is like Thai curry.
What? Tikka masala was created in Glasgow?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Not surprised. Yeah.
It was made in the UK.
We invented fortune cookies.
That's true.
Shit. I mean, Taco Bell food is really U.S. It's a U.S. take on what looks Mexican, but is perfectly set for our palate.
It's even farther beyond that, though, because it's originally it was a fast food take on Tex-Mex, which is I mean, I don't know if it's an American take on Mexican food or if it's like more of a fusion, but and then like in recent years it's just been that. But also, like, what if we just improvised
and threw Dorito powder on our corn crispy tortillas?
How can we synergize with our other corporate partners and somehow trick people into eating that?
You say that, and I absolutely love the breakfast crunch wrap, 100%, all day long.
Yeah, I haven't had one of those in a while. I gotta go get some Taco Bell.
Just to talk to the chat for half a second. Good. If you haven't had McDonald's this long, not worth having it now,
dude.
You can get a better burger from about anywhere else.
I think I have an addiction. Like, my craving for McDonald's follows an addiction model where I know it's going to make me feel terrible, but I can't, like, stop myself. I have to go get a Big Mac.
I work at McDonald's, so I've had it.
I have a story. I have a McDonald's story from this week specifically.
Okay, what happened?
So I have been having very much protein and fat heavy diet lately with almost no bread.
So it's
and very little sugar.
So this is the keto diet.
Yeah,
but
keto.
Basically keto, but not quite because
Your Atkins.
I
the
fucked it up
caveman
anyway.
diet.
So like I'd eat a block of cheese for dinner. And when I say eat a block of cheese,
I saw the photo you posted.
yes, I would straight up just open the block of cheese and just start biting it off the block.
Yeah. You know what's funny? My dad does that with like slices of cheddar cheese, but then he puts ketchup on them.
That actually sounds good. I get it.
Yeah.
Because it's just tomatoes and cheese. It's basically Italian food.
Yeah.
So I had to run into my original hometown, which you guys know of, and I won't mention it here because it's got a stupid... it's Crivets. It's fine. All right. Crivets.
Yeah, I was trying to get you out of that, but
I don't care. I don't give a fuck.
Cabbage? You went
cabbage. Mostly because my aunt has clothes that people bought for her that were too small, and she's like, "Have your wife try these. Maybe she'll like them." So I guess I'm gonna bring them down to my wife.
My wife. You know what everybody loves? Secondhand aunt clothes.
Exactly.
Is there like I imagine a lot of like brightly colored patterns and like costume jewelry.
I didn't pay very close attention to it. But anyway, so as I left town, I'm like, I'm hungry. The only thing in this town is a McDonald's. I guess there's a Papa Murphy's and a Cousin's Subs, but I don't have time for this shit. I'm going to eat this in the car. And I kind of want to stick to my just meat and cheese. So I ordered 4 cheeseburgers plain. So no veggies because I hate them. I hate pickles and onions. But also no condiments. Because what I did is I grabbed them off the bun and just ate the beef and whatever cheese was still stuck to it. Now, John used to work at a McDonald's, so he knows I'm eating the 10 for ones.
They call them 10 to 1s because 10 patties to a pound.
Yep. So I had 4/10 of a pound pre-cooked, 4/10 of a pound of McDonald's meat, which is heavily salted, and the cheese that's on it. That night, I had the liquid shits.
Yeah. Well, because
100%.
Like, it was just the salt combining with your stomach acid and like neutralizing it, and then your body was like, "Well, I can't digest any of this shit, so let's get it out of here."
Yep.
It's like when people used to do like the saltwater cleanse, and it would just give them like horrible diarrhea, and then they'd be surprised when they suddenly lost a bunch of weight.
Oh yeah. I mean, it doesn't matter if you try to fill up with that water because you lose all that with diarrhea.
Mm-hmm.
But anyhow, I'm okay now. I hope.
That's good. No permanent damage.
God, I just never get fast food anymore because of the lockdown.
Yeah. I do it once in a while, but I try to avoid it.
I was doing it like all the time.
Spring water.
But like at the beginning, but it's really tapered down. Like
I had Taco Bell for the first time this week because my I guess I could mention that we had the lockdown happening, but I got my D&D group back together. We're playing Pathfinder again.
Nice. Are you doing it on Roll20 or just over Discord?
No, we're going out. We're going. We're all in a room together playing again.
Spitting in each other's mouths.
Yeah, with masks. Except for that we didn't wear masks because we're eating. So, but we did sit. We got a giant conference room. We each had like our own like 7 to 8 foot space around ourselves. So that was kind of how we did it. But it's also we are also after hours. So there's not a lot of people there. So it's pretty limited risk.
Yeah.
I think it's just the 5 of us in a room. So although one of the guys isn't coming, but we all wore masks from the, whenever we're outside of the conference room that we're in, just in case. But we're going to be in close contact. We're all like, we've been tired of not playing, Pathfinder for this long, that we're going to just take the risk of just seeing like 5 people in the same room. and it's fine. I'm willing to take the risk at this point. It's a low risk. It's the only thing I do, outside. I wear a mask for as much of it as I can, obviously. But we'll see. Yeah, but the crazy thing is that Epic Systems, which makes, I'm sure in the UK as well, a lot of the hospital software they use over there for charts and stuff. They have a 9,000 person campus right outside of town, and they are making everybody come back by August.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they don't know a lot about medicine, right?
I mean, the crazy thing to me is that most of the people that work for Epic are doing software. Like, how?
Well, they also have a shitload of people that are constantly on planes.
Yeah, I know. But I mean, and like, I know people that still work there that used to travel all the time. Now they just don't now.
Yeah.
Because the hospitals don't want people coming in if you're not like working as a, person who is important to people not dying, not just someone working on the software. So yeah, they're limiting a lot of travel, but they want people back on campus. And I think it's for somewhat selfish reasons because, they spent, hundreds of millions of dollars on this huge campus that they have. And so they don't want it to go to waste. They have food service staff there that they have like 5 or 10 like chefs that work there, probably like hundreds of food service employees that work there. And I think they just want everybody back for that. I think it's ridiculous. I think people should be able to. I think that right now, any employer should say, if I have an employee that wants to be safe and work from home and they can do their job working from home, they should. They should be allowed to do that.
Yeah. I don't understand why software developers have to be not at home.
It's crazy to me. TJ, don't drink 6 liters of water, please.
Yeah, I'm trying not to.
Or maybe if you do, take a salt tablet first.
Yeah.
Oh, God damn it. No, I don't want to shit.
No, it'll balance out. It's like Pinchy and the lobster, or Pinchy lobster and the goldfish. You just got to find the right balance. And
yeah. So that's interesting. So that was my first excursion out into like the real world that wasn't like just going quickly to a gas station or grocery store to pick up a gallon of milk or something. That I didn't get in my deliveries. So I've been staying very locked in, which is happy because I'm like a shut in anyway. So
yeah,
it's great to have this excuse not to do anything.
Sometimes I have to remind myself that this isn't just normal because my day to day really hasn't changed all that much.
I mean, same. Yeah. So it's just a different thing, but I'm glad to be back to getting some routine, playing some tabletop role-playing games. I'm happy, but it's just going to be fucking weird for a long time. Not until we get some vaccines, which is, I mean, at the earliest this fall, and those will probably be rushed through their trial status and given to the people that are high risk first.
Yeah.
So... like you and me, regular Joes, are not going to get this probably till next spring.
Yeah,
if we're lucky.
And what's crazy? Like, if there is a huge second wave, so for anyone that doesn't know, I am not employed, so I am at the whims of the bonus COVID unemployment benefits right now because nobody's fucking hiring. But that runs out at the end of August, or at the beginning of August, at the end of July, I think. So like.
Yeah. Ooh, that's coming up.
So now I'm like looking at that. I'm like, what's gonna happen? Like, they've got to extend it.
Yeah. Well, like that, the supplemental unemployment benefits make the most sense for me in terms of a bailout kind of thing. Because that's people that lost their jobs because of this or can't get a job because of this.
Yeah.
So they need to have a living wage. Like the blast of like $1,200, out to every adult citizen is just like, okay, there's a lot of people that didn't need that. My wife and I didn't need that. We both are still working the same jobs we had. Nothing changed for us other than the fact that I'm working from home and she's now has, staffing in her building is cut down and she's got to wear a mask everywhere, when she's working. So I don't know. I think the supplemental unemployment benefits will probably be extended for sure. I don't see why they wouldn't. Because I mean, they're going to the people that are being directly affected by this.
Well, yeah, and like the last I heard for like the latest round of relief bills was that the Republicans in Congress wanted a $1 trillion bill, Trump wanted $2 trillion, and the Democrats wanted $3 trillion. So it's like that can't all go to like car companies.
Yeah, no, the Fed chair, so the chair of the Federal Reserve, Jerome Powell, says the unemployment benefits should be extended past July. He agrees, and that's someone that was appointed by our president. So,
yeah,
or
it's
they butt heads.
It's a weird situation.
Yeah, but I mean, like, it makes sense. Like, you need to get it because, like, you know, there's so many people that are going to have. 75% of Americans polled don't want the extended unemployment benefits to be cut.
Also, it's funny that like I've gotten used to living like pretty like thriftily, so I'm making about what I made at work, but also I'm spending as little money as possible, and I'm just most of that money's going to like paying down old debts and stuff, which I feel like is not what they want me to do with it. I think they want me to use it on cars and McDonald's.
What things do we talk about the most on this podcast? Matt, can you describe what our podcast is and what our topics are?
Don't read my post.
So we talk about hitting deer with cars, and then what different kinds of meat taste like, and
I would say we all talk about our interests.
Yeah,
and our interests are video games,
very loose, hangy outy kind of thing.
TV shows. It's very loose. It's meant to be a
mostly we talk about World of Warcraft Classic and like whatever drama is going on in our guild at the time, and like
that does happen time to time. Yeah, we're doing a Bite Book Club where we talk about Last Airbender.
Yeah. Speaking of, do we want to get to that?
Let's wait. I think the timer on the stream starting says an hour 26.
Mm-hmm.
So that is probably not as long as it's going to be because we spent a bunch of technical difficulties time at the start.
Yeah, it's probably off by like 20 minutes.
I say we got about like 10 minutes and then we'll talk about it. So do we have one more topic before we do?
I got a Switch.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh, fucking right. You did.
Switch. You snagged one. You didn't snag one.
Well, no, Spanky has been like keeping an eagle eye out for any available Switches.
We can talk about that I also sniped as well.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So he just delivered it to my address, and now I'm going to use my sweet government money to pay him back. And so I don't have the budget this week to spend any money on games. So I just signed up for a free trial of the Nintendo Online thing, and I've been playing a shitload of NES and Super Nintendo Mario Brothers stuff.
There's some good shit on there. Like what is the SNES on Switch?
I know one weird thing I noticed: Super Mario Brothers 2 is not on there, and I don't know if that's like a weird licensing thing.
It is. It's in a different spot.
Oh, is it? Okay.
It's not alphabetical, unless you sort it that way.
So SNES games, you got Super Mario World, Super Mario Kart. So basically, it seems like most every single first-party game.
Yeah.
But you also have Zelda, Metroid, Stunt Race FX if you want to play that, I guess.
Oh yeah, I remember that game.
Kirby's Dream Land 3, classic, Star Fox, which is very good.
So because the Switch is basically an emulator, it has a rerun function and it turns every game into Braid. So like I spent the first day completely beating Super Mario Brothers 1, which I didn't even know had an actual ending. I thought it just went on forever. But yeah. So
they've got they got the Breath of Fire games on here too, actually, the first two from Super Nintendo.
Yeah, they do.
Oh, really?
They don't have any of the Square stuff like you would get on your Super Nintendo Mini, which kind of sucks.
I wish it had Super Mario RPG. I really do.
Oh.
Earthbound.
They do have Earthbound on here, yep.
They do?
I thought they did, didn't they?
It's not on here.
Fuck.
Was that Super Nintendo?
You're right, it isn't.
and it was available on both the 3DS and the whatchamacallit,
Wii U Virtual Console
as a virtual console. But for some reason they don't have it on here, which is insane. Put it on here. I want to play that again and not get out my little mini thing. But the NES has a lot of games. The Switch Online. I'm happy that they're doing that this way. That they just have games on here. I just wish that the virtual console thing would have been handled differently. With purchases being retroactive. But
yeah,
and also, why is there not N64 games?
Yeah,
you do it on the Wii U. Like, the rollout with this is weird. Like, it feels like
well,
Disney.
did NES and SNES come out at the same time for that?
No, the NES was first, and then the SNES.
Okay, so maybe they just haven't gotten to the 64 yet.
I mean, I feel like they want people to pay for the Nintendo Online service, and so like PlayStation's online service has PlayStation Plus, which gives you free games each month, even though they've been really shitty lately. Like maybe one good game every other month. Like, what was this month? Call of Duty World War II, and what was the other one?
Star Wars Battlefront 2.
Battlefront 2. Two very old multiplayer games.
Both games that I got for free because I was working at GameStop.
Yeah, like these are not like huge games. I mean, they probably still have somewhat of a community, but Call of Duty World War II is 2 Call of Duties ago. And what was the other one?
Star Wars.
Star
Wars and some.
Which was 2018, I think, at least. Yes, 2 years ago.
Okay.
It was not last fall. It was 2 years ago, and that was the microtransaction. You got to play the game for like 5,000 hours to unlock Darth Vader, like all that nonsense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I also played some Tetris 99. And I was able to get.
It's intense.
Yeah, I was able to get into the top 40 a couple of times, but that's basically as far as I can get.
So I say that like the Nintendo Online has like a lot of really cool stuff. Like for you're paying so $20 for the year,
yes.
Right?
For a single account.
All of these awesome games, like Matt, like with the rewind functionality. I mean, maybe that's why.
And added online play. You can play online with your buddy.
Yeah. And maybe that's why they haven't put the stuff out for N64, because like the Nintendo Switch Online SNES games, they have the rewind. Virtual Console didn't have rewind capability.
Yep.
So that's like a new thing they got to like build into all these. But that makes like some of these games playable. Like maybe I could actually play Super Ghouls and Ghosts. Because that game is impossible.
Fucking hard.
The only reason I can think of the rewind being an issue is if so it's not really complicated. It's just saving a snapshot of whatever the state is at designated intervals. But if Nintendo 64 is more data, it is if that's too much to handle. But I don't think that it would be.
I mean. You've got people who make emulators, and Project 64 has an online mod on it, I think, where people can play online with other people. I don't know. It's been a while since I've used Project 64. I got to re-download that when I get a chance.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Actually, I probably have it on my stick. Yeah.
So what was... Oh, I got it. I sniped a thing, too, that was impossible to buy.
Oh, yep. You got your circle.
I got my circle.
Oh, yeah.
Sure. Finally. Interesting. That was available on Amazon. Wario. If you don't follow them, follow Wario64 on Twitter.
Oh yeah,
Twitter account. But he always posts like crazy like deals and stuff, or like when things are out of stock, if they're quick in stock. And I just saw he posted 5 minutes ago, Amazon has Ring Fit Adventure back in stock, and I was like, oh fuck yeah. And so I got the Ring Fit Adventure.
So I've never seen anyone use this. Can you explain to me what the fuck you do with this ring?
Okay. So it's actually pretty cool, and it actually works really well as a workout. I've been doing it for the past week, or at least half the week, because it showed up halfway through the week. But just to pause for a second, I got the European version sent to me, not the US version, because it's got the PEGI .info rating as well as the German age rating on it, and it also says Italy on the back. So I don't. It's the Euro version I got, which is selling for $200 on Amazon right now. I guess I could sell mine and get $160 if I wanted to be a terrible person.
Yeah, you could.
But I'm not going to do that. But the Nintendo Switch, like all the consoles, I think the Xbox, does it have region locking?
No. Everything is
PS4
this generation. This generation, everything's region unlocked.
Every console's region free. The 3DS was not region free though.
Correct.
Which was annoying. But the all of the consoles, so it doesn't matter. Like it just works.
Now I should clarify something I talked to you about in the Discord or maybe over voice before. Is Ring Fit Adventure specifically, because games for the Switch, even though the Switch isn't region locked, the games themselves are regioned in terms of like DLC and networks and add-ons and whatnot. But I believe Ring Fit Adventure, the actual cartridge, is non-regioned. Which, even though you got one that is a PAL region version that has a PAL region thing on it, the actual software in it isn't. Yeah. Oh, I bumped my thing. Isn't different per region. Yeah, so even though you've got the German,
the only difference what you're saying is the box art.
Is the box art and the
cart that went in was the same for everybody.
Yes.
And honestly, it doesn't matter to me. It's not like there's no like online competitive multiplayer that I care about on this. This is more of a thing for me. So I don't, like if it was different versions had different online pools or whatever. So yeah, what it is it is a like a Pilates ring is what they're called basically.
Yeah.
So it's like a resistance ring. So it like takes some force to push together. It's like rubberized plastic, and then it takes some force to pull it apart. And then what you do is you put the Joy-Con into like it snaps into the top, and it has sensors in it that can tell how hard you're pulling or pushing it.
Oh.
And then you have a second Joy-Con that gets put in a leg strap, and then it goes on your left leg on your thigh. And then because the Joy-Cons have like the 3D, like the same as the Wii U, the Wii Motion Plus, where they have like the positional gyro tracking in them, they can tell where your leg is and how it moves. So you can do squats, and it can like show your on like screen character doing the squats with you, or you move the ring and you can point it, and so you'll be like. So you'll do like levels, like Mario levels, where you'll just be running through a zone, and there'll be like shit on the sides that you can like squeeze your thing to shoot like air blasts at, or you.
Oh, okay. So it is like gamified. It's not just like a guided exercise thing.
There's also guided exercise stuff, but the gamified levels are like also you jog to move, and it's really weird.
It's an action RPG with turn-based RPG battles.
That's true, because you level up and gain experience points and things too. You do battles. And so battles are basically you fight a monster, and then you have different like workouts that you can choose between. So you can do squats, or you can do like overhead like squeezes, or you could do like behind the back squeezes, all these different workouts that you get unlocked. And then you like do them to like the timing to like do attacks basically. It's really neat. It's really cool actually. And it gets you a good workout, and you can put in your weight, and it'll calculate after each. And so you put in your weight, and then you the Joy-Con. I forget which one it is. It's the left Joy-Con, I think, that's up top. I think it's it's the left Joy-Con that's on top. But you put your thumb over the IR sensor on it.
Right.
It detects your
right.
It's the right one? Okay.
Yeah.
It detects your heartbeat. And so it can tell you how many calories you burned on that workout, because it'll read your heartbeat afterwards, your heart rate afterwards. And so, yeah, you can like, it's got really cool tracking in it. And like, it's got kind of like each day, it gives you like tracking of how many days you've worked out and stuff. So it's really cool. I wish everybody could have one, but that it's one of those things that like they could probably pump out tons of these, and you could buy this game online, but you need that hardware to get it to work. You need that ring, which is difficult. But the thing from this is I've realized I need to buy another set of Joy-Cons because I only have one set of Joy-Cons.
Yeah, you'll need your regular Joy-Cons, and then these get soaked in sweat Joy-Cons.
Yeah, basically. Well, it's not that, but it's the fact that I don't want to have to take my Joy-Cons off the docked Switch to play this. I want to just have a set that just stay in the Ring Fit workout gear, basically, or I can swap it when they get charged. So I'm not having because like right now, if I want to go play my Switch, which I kind of do tonight before I go to bed, because I bought another game because they had a digital sale. I bought Dragon Quest Builders 2.
Oh, there you go.
I like the first one a lot, but
there's co-op on that.
There could be, yeah. I don't know.
Oh,
I haven't gotten that far in the story. I'm like an hour and a half in. I'm like building the first island stuff, but I want to have a second set so I don't have to like pop those off. I can just pull it off the dock. And Matt, I saw that you had 3D printed something. Another thing that you have.
Yeah, so I'm working on it. I'm getting the I think this is something they sell. It's just like handles that the Switch snaps into, because the model that I got on Thingiverse was very clearly like somebody just scanned it in, because there's like injection molding marks and stuff. But I've been printing for over 3 hours now, and it's about a half an inch high, and it's supposed to take 25 hours total to finish it. So it's paused right now because it's loud as fuck. But by tomorrow at some point I should have that, because I did have a lot of trouble. Like, I guess my hands have been kind of jacked up because I've been playing a ton of Beat Saber, and I guess my body's not used to physical movement. So like, because all of my like finger tendons and stuff were sore, like gripping onto those really small controllers were difficult. And I have small hands in general, so I don't know how you like people with normal sized hands do it.
Pro controller.
Oh, I get the purple and orange Joy-Cons.
Even just the like basic controller, the separate controller thing, what felt a lot better. So this is just like, I want those kind of handles when I have the Joy-Cons connected.
Gotcha. Yes.
I could get a Pokeball Plus on GameStop for $20.
Yeah, they're all over the place. They're easy.
They're on sale.
And they work as Pokeball Plus, or sorry, they work as Pokemon Go Pluses as well for Pokemon Go.
Yeah.
So Matt, when you're playing controllers separate, easiest way to do it is, I'd say, rest your hands like on armrests, and then just let your hands be just loose.
Yeah.
Easiest way to do it.
I'm mostly just playing it with the controllers connected, because I like just having the screen right there in front of my face.
So, yeah, I'll tell you the number one thing that I have done that has made me play the Switch so much more, and it's one of my favorite consoles I've ever owned, is the Satisfy E Zen Grip Pro that I have, which is just like, I think it's probably what you're 3D printing. It's just a little that it slides into, and it gives you those handles. So, because like holding that Switch hurts my hands.
Oh, you're talking about for your full system.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
like I need that.
Oh, is that what you're building? Is for the whole thing?
Yeah.
Or
it's just two handles that clip onto like the whole thing. And I have like some spray Flex Seal and stuff, so after it's printed I could probably rubberize it, put a rubberized coat on the outside of it and stuff.
I don't have Zen Grip Pro.
It's
I just
gonna
have
be fucking cool.
They've just updated it to have better like rubber angles.
So John, Dragon Quest Builders is only sandbox co-op, which I couldn't care less about. We'll play Minecraft if you want to do that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of Minecraft, TJ, you have a Java Minecraft?
Yes, I do. I'd have to re-download it, but yeah.
Oh, we are playing some modded Minecraft together.
Dude, I can get back into Vivecraft with that.
Oh, there you go.
Because
I've got my old laptop that you played
Phantasy
Star on
online.
I could hook that up in this room, start up run a Minecraft server off of it.
Oh man, there you
go.
We can play,
and we could stream it and be the most popular people 15 years ago.
Your stream quality is very bad right now.
Oh, is it? How's it sound?
I don't know.
I just went on Twitch and it's like 280p.
John, that might be...
It could just be my internet.
Yeah, maybe.
Possibly. Yeah, I'm running fine.
Even if the stream quality is bad, the VOD should be fine for pulling audio.
Seeing an ad for Fortnite. Did you guys know that's still a game?
I
I play it
did
once in a
because it's advertised on the Nintendo Store.
It's free. You can play it on there.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I'm just watching this ad for Fortnite, and I do not recognize this game at all.
I still play it the regular way, but there are that in maps, in addition to the regular player characters, there are bots that you can fight against that are part of this Shadow Legion or whatever.
Well, that sounds fun.
Yeah. They have hideouts within the map, and they're different places every time.
Huh.
Yeah, I want to get. I mean, I'm not going to get into that game. I don't like building and combat together.
I barely build, and I still have fun with it.
But I feel
think
you need to build to play competitively.
I got second place with barely building. It's fine.
Yeah.
That being said, it's a lot more fun when you're just dicking around with buddies, and I'd want buddies to play with. So if you ever want to get back into it, I've got it on everything, except for my Xbox, because I can't link that anymore because I fucked it up. I talked about that before with my Epic Games support, because I wanted Dauntless to be on everything. Or as I call it, Monster Puncher.
Monster Puncher.
Which I have on my gaming laptop now too. So
nice.
I want to start getting. I need to get another set of Joy-Cons though. I should have another set. I got a Pro controller and I got that, but we should have a set for everybody.
I have 12 Joy-Cons.
I know. Why do you have so many Joy-Cons? Well, you have a big family.
Colors.
Yeah, he just wants to collect all the colors. He wants the Joy-Con rainbow.
Pair of gray, pair of blue, pair of blue, pair of red, pair of gray, pair of blue, pair of blue, pair of red, pair of green, pair of yellow.
You should just build a wall mount where you can put all of them on there.
Well, I only have the pair of greens here. The rest of them are with my kids.
Mm-hmm.
I will say the Joy-Con is such a cool controller.
Yes, it is.
Fun.
I didn't tell Matt this, and Matt would love hearing this. Hey, Matt, the Joy-Cons can sync Bluetooth to your computer.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes, only individually. They're separate controllers. You can't do it as a single unit.
Okay.
But that being said, you can still program them in games as long as one player can be controlled with two controllers.
That's
if you want to do it that way. Yep.
And I imagine there's a lot of custom written software for people that use them to create just to take advantage of the motion sensing to create a theremin or some other musical shit. I bet I could find some wild shit for that.
Oh, you could. Yeah, theremin sounds actually. Theremin people have built in Labo.
Oh, really?
I swear someone's built a theremin in Nintendo Labo.
Nice.
At least through the Labo garage, which means you don't actually technically have to build anything. It's just based off of movement.
Mm-hmm.
I hate Amazon as a website.
Yeah, it's horrible. Why are you using it?
I can't get anything on it. I'm looking at do I want to get a Joy-Cons? I want to get some Joy-Cons. When you search Joy-Con, there's 8 sponsored third-party ass-looking Joy-Cons. There's over the top, and then I want to get the neon red, neon blue Joy-Cons. Let's see here. They're out of stock. I could pay $125 for them if I wanted. Or I could just go on Best Buy's website and they're just MSRP and shipped to your house. Amazon sucks for finding shit now, which is crazy because Amazon used to be the place where you could find everything, and they had it.
Yeah,
now it's just the goucher's place.
They simultaneously got more and more bloated, while other stores caught up and got better and better. So I don't know.
It's just insane. Why would anyone buy these off Amazon when there's multiple stores selling these for MSRP? GameStop has them. Just whatever. People are dumb. Amazon sucks.
Hey, John. I just realized, we're running 3 people on this podcast.
Uh-huh.
We should have asked Adam. I know we're saving Adam for the 420 cast, but we should have asked Adam.
Sometimes I forget that Adam exists.
You know what the worst part is, though?
About the
situation is that to compete with Amazon, Walmart's website is the same.
Oh yeah, it's bad.
Walmart's even worse.
like Walmart's website, I want to get some Joy-Cons. Let's look up what I can get from them. Neon red, neon blue. The first thing that they have is $105.
Yeah.
Sold from some third-party distribution center. Like,
Walmart's even worse to me because the only reason I'll be on Walmart.com is if I'm looking for stock, like current stock of whatever local store. And I just can never find any of that information.
The worst part about this is I'm looking at sellers here that I want. And they have all of them. And then they have $70 for this Joy-Cons at Walmart. Item is only sold at a Walmart store. So they don't even have their own stock for you to buy stuff off of websites. Like, it's fucking dumb. Like, I mean, for all Best Buy is like, you know, falling off the cultural radar as a place to buy shit. At least when they have shit in stock, you can get it sent to you.
I mean, they did close a quarter of their stores, but
I guess, but
yeah,
like if I want like Switch Joy-Con, like I'm going on Best Buy's website. They don't have everything in stock, but they've got the neon red, neon blue. Add to cart.
Yeah.
Pick up. Order now, and it'll be store pickup only. They want me to show up.
They want you to get their COVIDs.
But they do have it in stock. Well, they do the door pickup.
Yeah, they're pretty good about it.
I'm not going to do that. I want it delivered. Wow, I guess this is the only way I'm going to get it though, because nowhere else has it. I think GameStop is only doing store pickup as well.
What about Target?
Target. Thank you, Matt. Probably not, because everyone just fucking scoured these and are scalping them on Amazon.
Check it. If they do, let me know, and we'll talk off the podcast.
Oh, they actually do have Joy-Cons. Ship to store. No, deliver. Ship it. Done.
Don't do it. Just keep it in your cart right now. No, don't do it. Keep it in your cart right now. We'll talk later.
But what if it's gone?
Wouldn't you want to save like $12?
Nah, John's rich. Didn't you hear that? All that shit about him being employed and stuff?
Definitely not rich, but I mean, I would save $12, but do I want to why is Fire Emblem 3 Heroes still in my cart?
3 Houses. I still haven't played it yet. Well, I played a little bit of it. Borrowed it from the library.
I went into quantity 1. All right, we'll talk afterwards.
All right.
Okay.
I don't
you guys know what time it is?
Yeah, it's time to talk about Bite Book Club.
All right.
Cool. It's actually a weird color. It's the neon blue, neon yellow set.
No, that's not neon blue. That is dark blue.
Well, whatever. Dark blue, neon yellow. I don't care.
Dark blue, neon yellow. It's pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks cool. Like I like the neon yellow a lot.
Yeah.
Well, they have the red and blue in stock as well.
Hold them both in your cart. Fuck.
That we need to get started. So.
Okay. So let's talk about the episode. I'm gonna blame Matt, but John doesn't know. I also didn't at that time watch that episode. We're gonna start with episode 15.
I didn't either.
Wait, what is this called? Avatar: The Last Airbender Wikia?
I usually just I don't know.
Yeah, you look it up and I'll just free flow it.
I'm gonna go to the regular Wikipedia because I only want the base article, and then I'll fill in the details because I actually did watch them.
All right,
I'm going to go for Avatar: The Last Airbender fantheories.com.
Don't do that.
Avatar: The Last Airbender rule
nope.
34.
Nope. They're all children, TJ.
I don't want to spoil anything, but I also want to say that somebody pointed this out to me and it made me really disappointed. How did Toph become a cop?
Toph, yeah.
Toph. How is Toph a cop?
Well,
that is not in her personality.
I have no idea what the fuck any of you are talking about right now.
All right, so episode 15, which we wanted you to watch. I gotta write this down on my show notes too, so I remember what episodes, so I can write in the description what episodes we talked about. So
15 through 20.
Yeah, 15 through the end of the season.
Yeah.
Yep.
Book 1, Water. All right, so this is Bato of the Water Tribe, which I said starred the Dick Bender. the super hot assassin lady that Prince Zuko gets.
That is right.
Hunter, if you will.
That's right. That's why we started going into Jennifer Hale's voiceography.
I love her as a voice actress.
Yes.
She's the best Shepherd, Femme Shep, forever.
Yep. Which is why I started Mass Effect, because you were talking about that.
Mass Effect Remaster. Let's get that on the Switch. I'll play that fucking shit again. Anyway, moving on.
Yes.
Yeah. So Ong finds a whale tooth scimitar, which is like, oh shit, there's a water tribe weapon, and then they find an old boat.
Yep.
And they're like, oh shit, dude, the water tribe was here, and they find a village. And sure enough, this guy named Bato, who used to be with Sokka and Katara's dad, got hurt, and he's been like convalescing basically in this Earth village. And he's like, "Oh shit, I can take you to your dad. Like, let's go."
And then they play typical sitcom thing where everything would have been solved by just talking for 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Where they're super excited to talk to a waterbender, so they're really paying attention to him. And Ong is fucking jealous.
Yeah.
And then
Ong fucking pissed me off this episode. It's like, oh, you're not the center of attention for 5 seconds. Get over it, dude.
This is the thing, though. You do have to remember, and this is the thing, is he's a 12-year-old kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's a thing that the show actually puts on a lot. Is like, oh, hey, actually, he's a child. So he's going to act like an idiot child sometimes.
True.
He does for some reason.
So he steps out for a second, and one of the first things they say is like, we would love to see Dad, but we've got a mission. We have to take him to the North Pole. So of course, so of course he doesn't get this knowledge, and they don't talk and figure this out later. So we're now going to play a comedy of errors for the next 15 minutes.
Yeah.
So while he's
out, comedy of airbenders.
Oh. But there's only one.
Well,
I'm sorry, Matt.
Not all comedy is perfect.
So what's his name? Prince Zuko is on their trail, following the scent and everything. But he finds a
literally.
Yeah, literally. Well,
he will be
later, but they're following that, and I don't know, they're like a bar or something, basically, and then he sees this.
No, she jumps on his ship.
Yeah, he's got a stowaway.
Oh, you're right, because there's a stowaway. But then and she gets him. But then they meet later in a bar.
Correct.
Like, you can find people, huh? So I'm going to give you Katara's necklace that I still have, and you can track that, and he's going to pay her well. And so then they jump on her like mole anteater.
Yeah, its nose had like those flanges that naked mole rats have, and I fucking love that.
And so it was like, fall, and then it also had a tongue that could like poison.
Yeah, it would like paralyze you.
Yeah.
And so they're off on their search, and then basically Sokka's like, hey, or the Bato's like, hey, Sokka, you're supposed to, like, when you're 14, do a trial of like manliness, and that's like go out and dodge icebergs, basically, to show you're like a good waterbender or water tribe member. And so, well, you're old enough now, you should have done this, but there wasn't anyone down there because they all left for war. And so he gets to do that, and he's kind of a badass. He shows his leadership skills, basically, of getting Tara and Aang to help him navigate some tricky waters, basically, that he normally couldn't. So his, shows that, hey, you're actually, definitely a great water tribe member. So that's kind of a cool thing, because Sokka gets pooped on a lot in the show, but there's always the jokes, and he always gets crap thrown on him or whatever bad stuff happens. But he's actually like a good guy. You know what I mean? Like, he's actually competent, but he just is the butt of a lot of jokes.
Yeah.
And so then June, I guess is her name.
Yes.
Shows up, and they track him to the abbey where Bato is healing, basically, and then they get into a big fight.
Well, we missed a big part of that, where while Aang was while Aang was kind of like sulking outside, a messenger came by with the map of the water tribe's location.
Oh yeah,
which he's supposed to give to Bato, and he doesn't want to do it because he thinks, oh, my two companions will leave me too. So he crumples it up and hides it. And after after dodging the rock flows instead of the ice flows, because there's no ice where there are right now.
Yeah.
He's like, no, you shouldn't trust me. Bato was given out like, sign of the leader, sign of this, whatever, and sign of the trusted for Aang. And Aang's like, you can't trust me. I've had this. And at that point, Sokka and Katara do decide to go with Bato to the water tribe.
Yeah, we're gonna leave the guy who's supposed to save the world because we want to see our dad. And I was just like, that was because they immediately are like, nah, we should go back.
And at that point, that's when June shows up with her shit.
Oh, they do a cool. We got to get through a bunch of episodes, so there's a bunch of cool combat, and Katara does some cool shit. Comes up with a really cool idea of waterbend perfume to make it so he can't smell.
And then Uncle Iroh is horny on Maine as he lets June fall on top of him, pretending to be paralyzed.
Fan favorite and my favorite character, General Iroh.
Yes.
All right, so let's move on. We got the Deserter. Is the next episode?
Yep.
It's about desserts.
Oh, that's about the Fire Nation guy that's like, I quit because the army is like sucks.
Oh yeah, because Aang wants to learn how to do fire.
This is another one that pissed me off with Aang. Like, and I get like he's a 12-year-old, but come on, you're trying to learn.
So Aang is like, I need to learn firebending. This is my only chance because like all the firebending masters basically won't want to talk to me because they're underneath the control of the government. And so he goes to Zhang and he's like, teach me how to be a firebender. He's like, he's just a fucking Yoda. I can't train you yet. You're too, it's just not going to work. And then Avatar Roku like shows up in a vision and is like, hey, fucking teach this kid how to be a firebender. He's the Avatar. And he's like, oh, okay, I'll teach you. But then, like, he's teaching him basics, and Aang's like, I want to do fireballs and do cool shit.
Well, and I found it really interesting, like, his whole thing was, like, if the water gets out of control, it just kind of dissipates. If air gets out of control, it just kind of dissipates. If fire gets out of control, it fucks everything. So,
it's
like...
hard to rock in that way. Because if you're throwing boulders around and one of those gets off, you'd hurt somebody. If you're throwing fire around that gets off, you can burn somebody really badly, a.k.a. Prince Zuko. And
also, it could just like start a giant forest fire that gets away from you and propagates on its own.
Yeah, or Katara could get burned.
Yep, Aang fucks around, burns Katara. Katara gets mad.
He's like, "Hey, you're so dumb. I bet you think, I don't know. But then everyone's like, burn. That's where I was going with that."
Katara finds out that she's naturally good at using her water bending for healing, and is able to heal her wounds. And then he ends up Aang ends up finding Admiral Zhao, and ends up getting a big fight with him.
Who's realizing like a way better firebender than Aang is at this point. You know, he's a pro.
But Zhao is very wild with his fire.
He's got no control.
Yep. And that's what Zhang had taught him is the important thing, and it was actually a really cool moment because it shows like just the kind of cool like how smart Aang can be basically. As a child, he's like, oh hey, this guy's just brass. So you have like a guy with like you're fighting a guy with like a flamethrower, and you're just like, well, rather than just fighting him here on the beach, let's just fight on his ships, and he's just going to burn them down. Go and we'll just run away, and he won't be able to follow us. Because he's an idiot. Because all he wants to do is fight, and he isn't thinking. And so you can win by thinking, which I thought was pretty cool.
Yep.
All right. So not much else happened in that episode, but very, very, very cool episode. We got next is the BK Kids Club episode.
Yes. That is a throwback.
That's a throwback to that. But no, actually, I want to applaud not Disney, but Nickelodeon for including representation of disabilities and stuff in their children's show. I mean, that's really cool. So they go to the Northern Air Temple, and Aang becomes a baby again and pouts a lot. But
well, it's a little bit more justified because
he was gone for 100 years.
These people have moved into a sacred temple, and they've been trying to keep it up, but then they're also like modernizing it some, and he's like, hey, they're destroying shit,
Yeah. But he's so yeah, you meet like Teo. How it's pronounced. But anyway, this kid, let's say Teo,
Yep.
who's flying around on a glider, and it's basically these Earth village people made it up to this Northern Air Temple and found it as a safe place away from the Fire Nation who's all around, because A, it's remote, and B, they got this guy who's their leader who's like this crazy inventor.
Yeah, he's like a real Da Vinci.
Yeah, coming up with these cool flying contraptions. They got like air vents that he's like built, like steam vents to shoot hot air around so they can catch like hot air, airfoils to get up higher. Yep. Basically, they can fly like free. And you have this kid who's disabled, as a child, who's basically just an ace pilot, basically. And Aang starts off pouty. He's like, oh, these guys aren't real airbenders. He thought they were airbenders at first because he saw them flying around. And he was like, oh my God, airbenders exist. Then it's just a bunch of people using machines to...
And Sokka finds his foil. Because old inventor guy, Sokka's big into science, and they're both in the bad jokes.
Yeah.
It's the absolute best.
Sokka wants to help the science guy because he's just, is way into it. And they have a fun little, time together, and then Aang's like getting mad, but then he eventually gets won over by Teo, where he's just like, hey Aang, not everything's been destroyed here, and he shows him some old parts of the air temple that haven't been untouched, and like the sanctuary that you need to have airbending to open, and Aang's like, well, I'm gonna leave it closed because I don't want you guys to get in there. But then, like, I don't remember exactly why he turns around on him.
Well, this is, he looks out there, he's like, they do have the airbending spirit, as he calls it.
Yeah.
They definitely have the spirit of what airbenders were. It's like, cool, you guys can stay here. Hey, I'm actually going to bring you into the room. Let me show you the sanctuary. And when he opens it up, what the fuck happens? They find a bunch of
Fire Nation weaponry.
Fire Nation weapons in there. Turns out the inventor has been recruited by the Fire Nation to make weapons for them in exchange for leaving them alone.
Yeah, it's like when you open up the wrong room at NASA in the 60s and there's just a bunch of old Nazi rockets in there.
Yeah. I actually like, too, that Sokka accidentally invents adding sulfur odor to natural gas so that you can detect it. By putting a rotten egg or whatever, or a rotten hard-boiled egg into
bunch of... Oh, yeah, he just dropped it on the ground. They couldn't find it.
Yeah, they could tell by the smell, but they were like, oh, shit. We can mix and that's what they do with actual natural gas now. Is why you can detect a leak because it has an odor. Because naturally it's odorless. So that's cool. And then so he's like, well, I have to keep making weapons for the Fire Nation, or else they'll destroy this. All the people that live here. I was just following orders. Whatnot, whatever. But there's children, women and children there. He's like, and so then Aang's like, no. We'll help you fight back. And so then another convenient story plot thing is that it just so happens the Fire Nation people show up that day to be like, let's get some weaponry. And it's like, okay, well, this would be like months probably. But anyway, they're like, no. And then like they immediately invade as well. Like it just seemed like, I don't know, the timeline was very squashed.
Yeah, there was some time compression.
Because they have a full army that shows up. They got these fucking you see the Fire Nation tanks, I think, for the first time.
Well, actually, that day was supposed to be a day that they were handing off weapons. And then we're like, no, we're not going to work with you anymore. He leaves and then brings the whole army.
I know, but it's like 2 days. Yeah. Like move a whole army. Like
yeah, exactly.
It's a full force. But then you get some really cool shit. There's some like air fighting. They got the air, the kids from, or not the kids, but like all the people from that village that can fly the things are dropping.
The BKK Kids Club, yeah, we got it.
Yeah, dropping bombs on the firebender.
Slime bomb stuff. Katara. Oh no, I was gonna say Katara learns that the like auto balancing gyro and the fire tanks is powered by a little water bubble, so she can use that to fuck shit up.
Yeah. Yep. Basically, she's like, oh hey, I can actually just make these tanks like broken. Yeah, if I can get near them. So, that's pretty cool. Yeah, that's the thing you start to learn in this is that, and it's kind of one of the things that I think makes the show pretty strong, is that Katara kicks ass.
Yeah.
She's very talented. Not just Aang, being talented, which you kind of see a little bit where it's like she's learning waterbending. Aang's already surpassing her, but it's like actually she kicks ass.
Yeah, and that's going to change pretty soon as we get into 19 and 20.
Yeah.
We'll see more of that. But anyway, they successfully throw the Fire Nation people off, and
including with the war balloon.
Yes, and then they blow up an explosion to stop the invaders from coming, and that basically makes it even more difficult to attack. I think because they can't get up as well now or something. So it's like safe for future, or supposedly. I don't know why they leave, because it's like I would assume they attack again. But
I think most of the mountain path got exploded. So
yeah, that's what they said. It would be too difficult and not worth invading.
Good thing the Fire Nation doesn't know how to fly.
Oh
well. The war balloon got blown down, and they happened to find it.
So yes, they were like, you know what? It doesn't matter. We don't need to do this anymore. We got this war balloon that we downed, and showed them learning, especially because, hey, what do you need to run an air balloon? You need a big jet of fire to heat the air in the air balloon. But they're like, oh, the engine makes it bulky. Well, guess what? When you got a guy that can just do it and control it.
Yeah. And they kicked the engine off to ignite the giant explosion, so it was just like dead in the water, unless if you happen to be a magic fireman.
Yeah, that's a little foreboding. Fire Nation is very technologically advanced as well, we see. So pretty kick-ass. Let's get to the next episode.
All right, we got 3 episodes at the Northern Water Tribe here.
This is the 3-episode. I call it the 3-part finale, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Even though technically it's just a 2-part finale.
Yeah. So these all kind of blend together for me.
Because they all place over like maybe a week.
I'm going to give you this entire Sokka arc other than the end. Sokka's horny on Princess. She's horny on him, but she really can't. And
it works
because she's she's already engaged at that point, and that's why she really can't. But we'll find out why it just ends up working out.
I was like, I couldn't remember how good this was.
Yeah.
I remember it being good, and I was like, oh yeah, this is fucking good. Like just the ending of everything and the spirit world. But let's go through the storyline. So
18, Waterbending Master.
Season. Episode, this is episode 18, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So the whole season, they're like, we got to get to the Northern Water Tribe because they got a waterbending master who can teach Aang how to be a master waterbender.
Mm-hmm.
And so they finally get there, basically, and they show up, and it's really cool. It's very like
it's much bigger than the southern villages.
Yeah, exactly. It's like a metropolis. I mean, they built all these buildings out of ice, basically, because they can just like how the Earth Kingdom can build lots of villages out of earth, they can build everything out of ice. It's super well protected because they got all these big, you can only get to it by boat. They got these huge walls of ice that they can like maintain to keep intruders from getting in. They actually use their waterbending to open up like the ice to let ships in. So it's really cool.
Yeah.
So they show up. They're kind of greeted as a like a good, like they have a feast when they show up. They're like, "Hey, you're here," and like you said, Sokka sits next to a very pretty princess.
A pretty princess.
They have some really funny conversations.
Oh yeah.
Would you like to go do some activities with me? And he like doesn't know what you can even do up there, and she's like, "Yeah, I'd like to do some activities." So it's really cute. He has kind of a nice relationship there. But meanwhile, what's happening is Admiral Zhao is like, "We're doing it. We're attacking the Northern Water Tribe, and we got to get the Navy together, basically."
That's right, because then
he interrupts music night on Zuko's ship because his uncle Iroh is like playing music with a bunch of bumpkin guys.
Yep.
But he shows up and he's like, "I'm taking over your ship for this invasion," and then he sees the two swords.
Oh, the crew too. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he sees the two swords and he's like, "This guy is obviously the Blue Spirit who attacked in the escape of the Avatar." I like how he doesn't like, it isn't like a, oh, that's weird. But he makes a connection immediately. He's like,
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So what does he do? After he takes the ship and Iroh, he sends the pirates to actually assassinate
yes, pirates
Zuko.
a while ago that I thought we would never see again.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, he hires them to kill Zuko, basically blow up his little like skiff or whatever they put him on.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Because he's on like a separate ship.
Yep.
Like a smaller ship. And then Iroh.
And they're semi-successful.
Yeah.
They blow up the ship.
Yeah.
And he was there.
Explode. He's like,
Yeah,
oh,
it
shit.
Explodes.
I can't remember what happened, but like he heard something or something, and he knew something was up.
Yeah, he went up to the bridge of the ship,
And he saw the bird.
and he saw the little bird. And he was like, "Oh, it's the pirates!" And so he jumps out the window as the explosion happens.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yep.
He gets banged up pretty good. He's like all
Yeah.
beat looking, but he escapes. And then Katara is excited to learn how to be.
Well, yeah. Aang talks to the tribe leader. He's like, I gotta learn water bending. He's like, cool. You're gonna learn it with this master. He's like, is it okay if I bring my friend? So the next day he brings his friend being Katara, because Katara wants to master water bending, and he's like, we don't teach girls. Girls can only learn healing.
Bending. Girls learn water healing.
Yeah. They can't fight, but they have a fucking badass battle with what Katara actually knows with water bending.
Yeah.
I don't think she doesn't knock him down, even though she says it.
I think that's next episode.
No, I think it's this one, isn't it?
Oh, no, you're right. It is this episode. But
Yeah.
I wanted to talk about the other thing, though, because when she goes water bending to learn how to heal, she got that necklace back after the Dick Bender lady.
Oh, that's right.
Right. So she got, and the lady there recognizes her necklace as a betrothal necklace. She's like, oh, hey, you're getting married. Like, who are you getting married? And she's like, oh, it's not. It's my grandmother. She's like, oh, that's a Northern Water Tribe necklace. So her grandmother left the Northern Water Tribe and went south. And so that was that's a storyline point that will come up later.
Well, actually, in this episode, this is why.
Yeah, we could just resolve that right now.
Yeah. So after the badass fight. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
You. Anyway.
What?
So no, but because Sokka also sees that Yue has a necklace as well.
Yes, Yue is Japanese for Moon, I think.
Yeah. Either way, he wants to like hang out with her, and she's like, yeah, kind of. But then she's like, I can't meet you. And then, I guess he doesn't know that she's engaged yet at that point. But anyway,
no.
that's the. But the necklace thing will tie in with that as well.
Yeah.
So anyway, Aang's like, you know what, Katara, I'll just teach you all the stuff I learn, and then he catches them doing that.
Oh, that's right.
And he's like, you won't be my student because you're teaching a girl how to air, and it's a little bit crazy.
Yeah, I also found it like this dude's supposed to like save the world, and you're gonna just not train him because he was teaching a girl. Like, I don't know.
Oh yeah, that's why Katara challenges him.
And Iroh talks to Zhao about the ship being blown up, and he says he'll join him in the attack as well. So Katara like basically shows up and is like, all right, Paku, let's fucking fight. Like, I want to learn water bending. Girls can fucking fight. Like, teach me how to water bend. And so, which I like, is really badass, because she's just like, she knows she's going to lose the fight. And Aang's like, you're going to lose the fight. And she's like, it doesn't matter. Like, I need to show him that I can.
And she surprisingly holds her own longer than she should against the master.
It feels like he's
holding back,
going full speed on her, because he's like, well, I want to see what she can actually do.
Yeah, and there's also that moment where he's like, at the beginning of the fight, he's got like a wall of water around them so nobody can hear him, and he goes, I won't hurt you. So he's like, he's not trying to kill her.
No, he just wants to soundly beat the crap out of her and leave. But she actually puts up a great fight. But during the combat, he sees the necklace, which fell off during the fight.
Yes.
And then he's like,
this is my necklace.
This is the necklace I gave to my girlfriend who I was going to marry.
Well, I actually like the back and forth. He's like, this is my necklace. Like, no, that is my necklace. No, I made this
And
necklace.
then they had to get married.
Yeah. And that's how it ends.
This old man marries a 16-year-old girl.
Yeah. Well, it's a different time.
Yeah, it was the way it was back then in the world of Avatar.
except for, isn't she 14?
I think
or
she's
13?
I have
was like
no
13
idea.
or 14.
Sokka's 16. I think they're the same age. Aren't they
They're
twins?
not twins. No.
Oh, she's 14 then.
Yeah.
Never mind. Sokka's 16, so he's 2 years older.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then basically the episode ends with with Aang like looking out and sees like a giant. Or no, you don't. He doesn't see that. But anyway, you see the giant fleet is like, all right, we're headed out.
But he finally lets Katara train with them.
Yeah, he's like, okay.
Yes. He's like, okay, you're right. Maybe that's why I made this woman leave, because I'm a dick.
Yeah.
So maybe I should be a dick. Because obviously women can be awesome waterbenders as well. So yeah, we saw that. Oh yeah, Katara's beating the crap out of someone at the start of the episode.
On the next episode, yeah.
So the Night King finally gets to whatever that.
Yeah, right.
So yeah, start of episode 19. Katara is fucking mastering this faster than Aang.
Oh, I know.
Because Aang can't pick this shit up. I mean, while yes, he's naturally talented, he's not pulling technique like Katara can.
Yeah.
Katara's been practicing it her whole childhood, basically, even though she wasn't being taught by anyone.
But yeah, she's beating the shit out of every other trainee.
Yeah, she's badass. So basically, Sokka takes Yue on a whole new world flight on the back of Appa.
A whole new world. Yep.
And they're gonna kiss, and then they don't, basically. Yeah, because then later, that's it. Yeah. They see a bunch of ash in the sky, and they're like, "What's going on?" And then they see a huge cloud of fire on the horizon, and it's the Fire Nation fleet, basically.
Well, I think they see the first ship, because I know when Aang goes to fight it, he beats the one.
They send like a few ships out to start like softening up the wall, and they're shooting like big fire bombs at the wall, basically. You hear about Iroh's. This Iroh's like, hey man, dude, no one's ever successfully, this is a fortress that's like impenetrable. No one's ever held them off, because basically when night comes, and this is kind of where you learn waterbending power comes from the moon. And so when it's night, waterbending becomes super powerful. So he's like, you can't let this combat continue into the night, because you'll get destroyed. And and Zhao's like, this isn't going to be like Ba Sing Se.
Now he says that, but he still heeds Iroh's words the first night.
Correct.
But he's like, but he does mention that's not going to be a problem soon.
Yeah. So
he does lead into this.
Yeah. So Aang flies around and blows up a bunch of ships, but then looks off and sees like, oh, that's like 5 out of 500.
Yes.
So this is not going to be possible. He's basically like hopeless. And so all of the warriors get together. And I think Yue tells him that he's cannot be seeing each other because she's engaged.
Yes.
And he's like, what? And then Sokka's like, all right, I'm gonna join the force, and be a soldier. And Sokka does that. What else happens?
Oh yeah, the person that Yue is engaged with is the commander of the small troop.
Yeah.
And a bunch of things happen where Sokka knows the true information about the Fire Nation, and they're operating under from very old, like 85-year-old information.
Yeah, because they like give him uniforms, and like you can infiltrate the ships, and he's like, those are.
And he's like, we just saw these dudes like last week. Let me tell you what's really up.
Yeah. This is how they're gonna work. And so basically, Sokka gets kicked off the team because he basically gets into a dick fight with the other guy over Yue.
And the chief's like, well, I really kicked you off because I got a special project for you.
Yes.
You have to protect Yue.
You have to bone my daughter.
You got to go drown my daughter in the bone zone.
Yep.
And let's see here. Oh, Zhao tells him to stop fighting because it becomes night.
Yep.
Stop.
And then Aang's like, we need something to help us. And who mentions about the spirits, about being able to contact the
princess? Or no, it's not.
Yeah, it's Yue.
Yue.
Well, she mentions the spiritual location. I don't know who brings up like the spirit world stuff.
Yeah, I'm trying to read where Aang. It doesn't really matter where he gets the idea, but
Yeah.
So basically, because Kasaka is with Yue and hangs out around them, and Yue is like, "Hey, actually, the waterbenders get their power from the moon, which makes sense because the moon controls the tides."
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And so they help with the push and pull of the ocean, and then here it goes. Hit with a sudden burst of inspiration, Aang realizes that the spirits might be able to help him save the water tribe.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, "Oh, the spirits, the water spirit. Oh," and then he's like, "How do I get to the water spirit?" Like, and Yue's like, "Oh, actually, there's a spirit oasis, which is like a beautiful garden with like grass and everything. It's very different than the ice that's surrounding it. It's warm, they even say. It's got water, and there's 2 fish swimming in it.
Yep."
Like koi fish, basically swimming in this water.
One black, one white, all always chasing each other.
Very yin.
Yeah.
Yes.
Don't they even have like the spots?
Yeah.
At the top of the heads. Yeah.
So then Aang does his spirit meditation, which we saw before in that panda forest, where he basically is going to go in a trance and go into the spirit world.
Yep.
Meanwhile, Zuko has secreted himself onto a ship. Oh yeah, and he talked to Iroh as well, who knew found that he wasn't dead. Yep. And Iroh's like, "I'll help you sneak onto this ship," and he just basically pretends to be a Fire Nation soldier and just jumps out and infiltrates the Ice Kingdom.
We find out that's the actual reason why Iroh gave Zhao, like saying, "Hey, you need to stop at night." It wasn't just because the force is going to be decimated because waterbending's more powerful. It's also he wanted to get Zuko out there.
Give Zuko a chance to slip in at night.
Yep.
And, Zuko actually is pretty badass. He like fucking finds the like the hole in the ice that the little seals use to get in, and he finds a way basically to sneak into the Water Kingdom through a series of extremely long and I got to imagine freezingly cold.
I think
Iroh tells him he needs to use his like inner
the dragon's breath
of war. Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
So he like keeps himself warm and is able. And then, so I guess if you're a firebender, you don't have to worry about getting cold in the winter because you can just keep yourself warm.
Yeah, I imagine that runs out eventually.
Yeah.
if you do it too long. But
so basically another timing thing. As Aang shows up into the spirit world, Zuko shows up immediately and is like, let me take Aang now that he's incapacitated.
Which means that when he comes back, he won't be able to find his body. So basically,
him and Katara have a huge fight, and she's actually beating him because it's nighttime, and so she has a lot of power. But then it's daybreak, basically.
Yeah,
and Zuko fights her off and runs off with Aang's body. And we know from the spirit world, the only way Aang can get back is when he finds his body. Basically, he has to go back to where he came in. And that actually runs through with all of the spirit world stuff, including the stuff in the sequel series.
Yep.
From Korra, it's the same kind of rules.
Well, there's kind of like 2 planes to the spirit world because, he separates the spirit from body, but he's still in the physical world. But then he ends up in this world that looks completely different. That's him being in the spirit world. But he can come back his spirit can come back to the real world, but he needs to find his body in the real world to get back.
Yeah, he can't interact with anything.
Correct.
The show is so good. This episode is so good, and this is like why the show is so good.
Yeah. So can we talk about the spirit world a little bit, because I want to talk about my favorite character.
Yeah. So the spirit world is. So we'll just say what's happening for Aang.
That's episode 20, so we're gonna get right there.
Oh,
anyway,
is that is on the okay? Yeah.
We're done with the episode. Like it. Yep. It ends with Aang being kidnapped, basically, and daybreak happening and the invasion continuing.
So then we have like 4 threads to finish in episode 20.
There's so much going on in this episode.
Yep.
Zuko is basically running off. He just basically goes north with Aang.
Yeah, it's off into a blizzard.
Yeah, like okay, dude. Like okay, but anyway, so then there's so much of a blizzard he has to stop, and they're in the cave. Meanwhile, Aang is in spirit world, and he talks to Roku in the spirit world. He's like, "Hey, the water tribe's under attack. I need to find the moon and ocean spirits." And then Roku's like, "Oh, they're not in the spirit world anymore. They crossed over into the mortal world at the beginning of time." And there's only one spirit I know of old enough to be able to help you locate them, and that's Ko.
Yep.
And Ko is dangerous, volatile. He's the one that steals faces.
He's the face stealer.
Cool, dude. The spirit world shit is my favorite.
Yeah.
So he's like, okay, you gotta go find Ko. But when you talk to Ko, you cannot show any emotion on your face, because if you show emotion, he'll steal your face. And so Aang has very like calm.
So like, and Ko is this fucking terrifying arachnid like thing on a scorpion tail, basically, and he has a face area that keeps changing between all the faces he's stolen.
He basically looks like a centipede, but with a face that changes to every person. I think animal faces even. He like turns into any like.
Yeah.
So, and because he needs you to show emotion to steal, he's like trying to jump scare you the whole time he's talking to you.
And Aang being a monk as a child really helped him out at this moment.
Yeah.
Because he does break in a couple spots, but it's in spots where he's turned away, and right when the face stealer jumps right back, he's immediately stoic. Just boom.
Yeah, he does a great job. And Ko basically tells him, "Oh yeah, they are." I'm trying to skip ahead because it kind of skips around.
They're in the mortal world, always pushing and pulling on each other in a constant loop. He's like, "Fuck the koi fish."
Yeah, and he remembers the koi fish. It comes to his mind. He's like, "Oh yeah," because that was a special magical place,
and they're in perfect harmony, like yin and yang. That was where the connection.
Meanwhile, we've learned that Zhou knows that the spirits are in the physical world, and that means that they can be killed.
Correct.
Yes.
So Zhao learned. This is a big deal, by the way.
Yeah.
Zhao has learned that reading some text or something that every basically bending connection to the spirit world is a mortal spirit, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And if you find them, you can basically ruin water bending, and it won't happen anymore if the spirit world connection to the mortal world is severed. So is like, I know what it is. It's a fucking fish. I'm gonna catch
where it is.
I'm gonna fucking kill it. And so that's like, it doesn't matter. And that's why when he told Iroh, it doesn't matter if it becomes night, because they're not going to be able to bend at all when I'm done. And I like that the show does a really good job of just getting to it right away. Yeah. Like, it just gets there basically to the Oasis, because
even the Oasis, Iroh gets there in the Oasis too.
Mm-hmm.
And Iroh's like, "Fuck no, don't do this."
Yeah, like, dude, no, we all need this balance. This is gonna fuck up a lot of shit.
You'll ruin everything if you do this. Like, yeah, you'll win the battle, but you'll ruin the world, basically.
And Zhao's like, I know you're scared of spirits, but this is how we win.
Iroh's he actually mentions, "I know you're scared of spirits ever since you took a trip to the spirit world." I believe.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
So there's a hint that Iroh has been to the spirit world. I don't remember how that comes up again, but anyway, basically Sokka, Katara, and Yue find Zuko and Aang, and they're basically like frozen to death because it's nighttime, and Katara just immediately kicks his ass again.
Yeah.
Yep.
And Aang joins his spirit then, because I think he follows. I don't remember exactly how he
gets back, and then he sees like a flare, and it's just like, oh, there's my body. So I guess it's not that hard to find.
Yeah. Well, anyway, he finds his body, and then they fight, and then Aang's like, you know what? We got to take Zuko. We can't let him freeze to death, because Aang's just that guy. He's too nice. Zhao takes the koi pond and basically just blasts it with a fireball.
Yeah.
Basically, and then
the fish in a bag is just like boom,
and then the moon turns red, and you see all the waterbenders who are like holding stuff off. Just they can't do anything anymore. It's like it's over. Waterbending in the entire planet is done at this moment.
And this this battle becomes a fucking massacre for a little bit.
Yes.
I mean, we never see people die, but people are dying.
Yeah. It's a lot of off-screen deaths.
So after this happens, I mean, because Zhao killed it still in the Oasis.
Yeah.
Right? Because he just threw the dead fish back in the water.
Mm-hmm.
And this is where we find out that when Yue was young, She was very sickly when she was born, and the moon spirit gave a piece of its life to her.
Yep, so she could live.
And even though Sokka tries to tell her not to, she's like, well, I need to repay this, this generosity back. I need to give my life back to the moon spirit. Well, in this case, because you're talking about a mortal giving their life to a spirit, it's not just gonna be part of it. She's fucking giving herself up. She's gonna die to give her life to the moon spirit, or become the moon spirit specifically. Sokka doesn't want it to happen because A, he's fucking nuts for her.
And B, he wants to go to the bone zone.
Well,
he's also promised her father that nothing bad would happen to her.
But Aang isn't even part of this, because once he finds out, he kind of goes crazy and goes into the Avatar state and says it's not over, and he merges with the still alive Ocean
Spirit. Yeah.
I couldn't remember if that happened before or after. And he just fucking, it becomes like a kaiju movie for a little while.
Yes.
Water monster and just starts destroying everything.
Man, we needed Ewan for this, because Ewan's our kaiju guy.
Yeah.
It's exactly what Iroh said would happen. Like, you do this, it's going to come at you tenfold back. And so everyone's kind of given up trying to save the fish, but then Iroh's like, hey, you've been touched by the moon spirit.
Oh, that's right. He could tell.
Yep. And Sokka's like, no, you can't do this. And she says, I have to do this. And they kiss basically one last time.
Well, it's after she becomes the moon spirit, and in her kind of,
it's as she's dying, she kisses him.
Well, no, she's in her ethereal form.
Yeah, she's like a ghost.
Ghost. She basically becomes the moon.
Yes.
Is what happens. And then the waterbenders are back. It's nighttime, and they have Aang's giant ocean spirit kicking ass. And so they just basically start destroying everyone that's left.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Zuko and Zhao get into a duel, and he's like, "Dude, just give up. I don't want to kill you. Come on, man."
Yeah. And then I believe, Zhao gets pulled into the ocean by the water spirit.
Yep.
As well. I think it's the last time you see him too in this season, this episode.
I will miss his mutton chops.
Yeah. I don't really remember if he comes back. We'll find out. It's been a while since I've seen it.
Yeah, it's been a while.
And so then Zuko and Iroh get away. The rest of the ships are just like, we gotta get the fuck out of here because this ocean spirit is destroying everything. And then Paku says, I gotta go to the Southern Water Tribe, so because I should have gone when I was younger with my fiance, basically. And there's obviously, because of Katara, plenty of Southern waterbenders that need a master to teach them.
And just to rebuild the villages too.
Yeah.
And so Paku's like, or Katara's like, well, who's gonna teach him to be a
master
waterbender? He needs a master. And then he's like, you're Master Katara, because you're such a good waterbender. And so basically she's
so Aang's not done learning waterbending, although most of it happens off camera as we get into the next season. But Katara is his master as they move on, as they fly off into the moon set. Is it still nighttime when they leave?
I think
the sun's about to rise. Whatever.
Towards the ocean and moon beyond, they fly off. And it really does. I mean, at that moment too, like when she gives her life, it's just like, that's such a good moment in the show, because you're like, oh, but she has to, and
she cares about her people.
Well, and the parents talk about this too, is that they were told that when she gives the life, that she was probably going to have to give it back at some point.
Yeah, that's right.
They knew it, basically. It was destined to happen. And so they're sad, but then you shouldn't also be sad because she's now part of the spirit, part of the moon. Like, she'll always be there. So that's kind of cool. But then we see a couple other things. Zuko is basically... Zuko is just like, I'm tired. He passes out on their boat.
He's like, should we follow the Avatar?
He's like, tired. No. No. I need a break. This is ridiculous. But then we see Fire Lord Ozai basically finds out the knowledge that Iroh is basically a traitor, because he was, opposing the Admiral Zhao during that fight.
And he let the Avatar go.
He let the Avatar go, and then Zuko's failure to capture the Avatar. He said, "There's a special task I have for you," and we see Azula, who is Prince Zuko's sister.
Yeah, and when they're in that cave at there's a moment with the unconscious Aang and Zuko where he's like, "You're just like my sister. Everything always came easy to you." So she's like a firebending prodigy, basically.
Yes.
I can't wait till we can talk about Azula because
I know. I'm excited for the next season.
I mean, everything from beginning of Azula to end of Azula is fucking awesome. So it's gonna be a great 2 seasons.
Yeah, we didn't have any Katara simping going on.
No, not these 6 episodes.
No, they got that all out of the way. I'm assuming it comes back at some point.
It was only Sokka simping.
Yeah.
All right, so next season's Earth, right?
Yeah, Book 2, Earth. We're going to start episodes 1 through 5 next week.
1 through 5. First episode is Cave of Two Lovers.
Ooh, that's what I call my butthole.
It's the secret tunnel.
Yeah, secret tunnel.
Secret tunnel. Oh man, I'm looking forward to it. And we get to go back to some places they've been in the previous season.
And then I can't wait till we see it's only partially spoiler. I can't wait till we have a peasant Zuko just kind of living his cool life.
Yeah, we got one of my favorite characters is introduced in this season. And we've got the first season was water. This season is Earth and deals very much mainly with the Earth Kingdom, including what's that the propaganda lady saying? The Bossing always been safe.
There's no war in Ba Sing Se.
There's no war in Ba Sing Se. Yeah, there's some cool shit with
Judy.
that. Yeah. There's some.
You're not the Judy that was with us yesterday.
Stuff in the new season. But yeah, you get to learn a lot more about the Earth Kingdom, which is really cool because that's kind of where this war has been happening for the last 100 years, pretty much exclusively.
We get to meet our first animal that's not an animal hybrid too. He's got a bear. Oh, is it like a bear penguin?
I think
like a bear goat
or something like that.
No, it's just a bear.
Okay.
That's the conversation they have.
Yeah, that's funny.
Like a platypus bear.
There's some cool stuff coming up in this next season, and then the final season is fire.
Yep.
And there's no air season
because he already knows it.
There's a book. There's comic books.
No, there is an air season. That's the first season of Korra.
Oh, it is. Yeah, you're right. Oh, there's seasons of Korra as well, aren't there?
Yeah, it's there are 13 episodes, so 12, 14, 13, 13. But it's air, spirit, and then 2 other things. I don't remember what they're called.
Heart and fire.
And Go Planet.
Earth, fire,
wind, water.
I love
heart. Yep, Zelda Williams is, I think, the season 3 antagonist too.
That's my favorite Nintendo game.
Well, she's named after the Nintendo game.
Oh, that's Robin Williams' daughter, right?
Yes. It is.
Oh yeah, and
I
also
remember hearing about her being named after Zelda.
Korra is a waterbender because the cycle goes air, water, earth, fire. Correct? Yep. Yeah, because earth was fire before. And so you get to see the main character of the next book is waterfire. Yeah, I'm just looking at what the books are called. There's air, spirits, change, and then balance, which is the final, which is what the Avatar is supposed to be. And there's a big time jump that happens during that series too.
I am gonna say though, there's also a lot of simping in that series too. A lot of simping.
There is a lot of relationship stuff in that show.
Because everyone's like 17 to 23.
Yeah, they're all like teens.
They're all horned up and shit.
Teens.
I'd fuck them all.
All right. I don't know. I think Korra might be only 17, but not in the last season though, because there's a time jump. So
isn't it like 3 years?
It's a huge time jump.
Yeah.
There is a huge time jump in that show. That I don't want to spoil. Anyway, let's end the episode.
Yep.
It's been 2 hours, 43 minutes, according to.
Yeah.
So awesome.
It's been quite a bit, but I'm glad we got through.
We should have done the Avatar stuff earlier because we talked about that for like an hour.
No, yeah, I don't know. It's good to do it at the end of the episode, though. So if anybody doesn't want to watch, they can skip it.
Exactly. That's my thought. Because if you're not into Avatar, you can just skip it. And that's why I always have all the intro shit before we start the episode after the credits. So if you don't want to hear us fucking around, you don't have to.
That's the best part of the episode, though.
It is. You can listen to it. But John_Danger on Twitter.com. You can find me. TJ's going to stream more now.
Yes, and I have been. Yesterday I was up for an hour doing the worst Kingdom Hearts on the worst system it's on. Rechained Memories on an Xbox.
Nice.
But that's twitch.tv/mayofmay. I hate begging, but I could really use some subs and cheers because this car stuff is going to fuck me over.
Yeah. I gave you stuff.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I saw it.
Yeah.
But I'm also at mayofmay84 on Twitter. But find us on the Discord. That's where you can talk to us. And that's YOLO420.com, number 420, /born in the 80s, spell out the 80s.
You can find me at Matt Haig Music everywhere, MATTHAAG Music, or HemsworthFeet.world.
That's true.
BornInThe80s.net is the website where the podcast is at. We have links to the Discord on there. I actually recently redid the entire website design. So
nice. I should take a peek.
For 2020, it looks a lot more better on mobile. But there's links to the Discord on every page on there. So.
Are there more gifs of dancing babies?
Actually, I wonder if the Discord link still works. Because don't they expire?
Sometimes
if
we have an eternal link. I hope we're using that.
Yeah.
I'll show you later. Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye.
Now we're like, oh shit, let's check this out.